You you work all night, all night. When you work, you feel all right. You do.
Yeah, my coworker the other. Well, I'll get into it in a second. Let me
So
start
they
with this
found
guy.
out about this.
No, oh no. They actually stream Twitch and shit, so I wouldn't even give a shit. They're pretty cool. They wouldn't give a shit. They're like kind of like could leave any day. They're cool people, but I wouldn't want anyone to know anything that I'm doing anyway. Got to keep
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah, I
Got
wouldn't.
to
Settle
keep
it
I
that
wouldn't,
down
shit.
now.
I wouldn't want to be connected
Yeah.
to this. Yeah.
All
This
right.
pirate ship, bruh.
Yeah, bro. This is a pirate. This is pirate radio, pretty much, right?
Pretty much, bro.
What's that? What's that UK radio thing that was not good? That I thought was
People
gonna be
just
better than
know
it was.
it's good.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be better than it was.
Yeah, that's probably the problem. It's got talked up.
It got talked up, and then I was expecting like a really like something. Oh, I'm gonna like really get into the show, and I like downloaded this first season. I was like, I don't like this. It's okay.
What show?
People just do nothing.
Is that?
It's definitely like a British Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah,
Oh.
for sure. Hundo. That's my
So we're here.
catchphrase.
We're live, man. We're live.
And that's my catchphrase. Hundo.
Hondo. Oh yeah. So my coworker, we're talking about Andrew WK. My coworker, every time we do our meetings in the morning when we work from home, he's got an Andrew WK poster where he's like bleeding in the mouth or whatever. You know that one?
Yeah, that's the album cover.
And I could like see it, and I had to say like, dude, you like Andrew WK? And he's like, oh shit, you seen that poster? He's like, yeah, I went like to a concert once. It was really fun. I was like, oh okay. I thought he was like a big Andrew WK super fan.
How does he
Concert.
feel about Andrea WK?
Is that a thing? Is Andrew WK actually transitioned? I couldn't believe that one.
I don't know. It's trending on Twitter.
Really?
Oh. Are you fucking with us, or is that real?
So I don't know.
No, this is true. Andrew WK has come out as trans.
Is Andrea
That's
WK
fucking
or
weird.
she?
All right, really, really strange.
Yeah, I thought you were making that up. I thought you were trolling us.
Oh wait. No, this is from 2015. This can't be real. This can't be real.
Maybe he went back.
I mean, maybe he's gone back. Everyone's trans these days, right?
Yeah, he could have detransitioned.
Yeah.
She is beautiful. She is beautiful.
Oh yeah. So the first thing I wanted to get to was
pretty decent run there for a little bit with what's that? Something party.
Yeah, party hard.
Party hard.
Yo,
That song.
you
he had
work
like 3 or 4
all night,
singles.
all night. When you work, you feel all right. But he's in Freaky Friday.
At the time, I thought that song was so lame, and I mean, I'm still not crazy about it, but I would take that any day now.
Yeah, I mean, it just
of course.
felt like
It's sad.
It was almost like power pop a little bit. You know
Yeah, it's like power. Yeah, power pop, power slaw.
And I liked in the video.
It's
he had,
like rock.
8 guitar players.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think when he toured. Did he actually have 8 guitar players?
Probably, man. He probably and the huge amps that were like gigantic, no, like unnecessarily big.
Wait, did you see Andrew WK?
I feel like I've saw. All right, I feel like I saw Andrew WK at Warped Tour. No, Skate and Surf.
Yeah, probably.
I think I saw him at Skate and Surf. Yeah, it was really loud and you couldn't really see anything. I've definitely seen him.
I thought
it wasn't good.
Classically trained piano player or something.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. He's there for a reason, like maybe it's just personality alone.
I bet he's got an uncle who's like an A&R agent at fucking Sony or whatever bullshit.
It was a gimmick. It was a gimmick at the time that worked.
Yeah, like the Darkness was kind of doing a similar gimmick.
Well, no, I remember
like rock, fun rock.
Put on like some weird act, like he was a cult leader or something.
Now the kids, man, they just go to the concerts with just the DJ playing.
Oh,
You
is
just want
that
to
a
go and see
thing?
the DJ. Oh yeah, especially
So you
dude,
got
especially here, man. That's all that kids listen to is fucking DJs.
explain that profile image again. Is that in a pocket or is that tucked into a bed? A hot dog.
It's in a bed.
Oh, okay. So it's a hot dog tucked in.
Yeah, exactly. Tucked in
That's a
dog.
trans thing right there, man. That's trans right there. Tucked in hot dogs.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah, how is
Tucked in
Scotland
dog.
over there? How's merry old England
That's
across the
great.
pond?
We're getting ready to swear the new queen in.
Oh, really?
Oh, you mean the King Charles the
Is it like
Third?
a jubilee or something?
I know it's Queen Derek, but I don't know.
Oh, Queen Derek.
Yeah, we're getting ready to swear Queen Derek in. We're so excited. She's
Well,
looking pretty hot too.
I want to bring this up first. Let's see about the Howard Stern stuff. I read this in the morning, Leland, and I thought I was alone in this. Where Howard Stern says
No,
black
it's just-
NBA
it-
players ignore him.
Is it something that he talked about on his radio show?
Yeah, this was definitely on Sirius this morning. He says black NBA players ignore him at the Knicks game. He quotes, "The black players won't go over and say hello to me, but they go over to Spike Lee. I grew up in a black neighborhood. You know what I mean? I mean, they should know that, but I get ignored."
Yeah, I
Howard.
don't
Really-
know why he would expect them to know that or who he even is at this point.
Yeah, I mean this is a good tweet right here. Below it, Howard Stern grew up in Jackson Heights in the 1960s before many of the players' parents were even born. I mean that's like they don't know who he is.
I don't. At the same time, though, if we're talking like peak Howard Stern in like the '90s, went to anything, everyone would be like all up in his shit. You know, it's just not as relevant anymore.
Yeah, well, he's not funny anymore either, edgy or cool. He's
I don't
not.
even know. I don't pay for that shit. Whatever he's on.
Oh, I could hear him
What
saying
hell
this.
now?
I could hear him saying this to Robin. Robin, I go to the games. You know, these players don't even come up to me. You know, I see Spike Lee. They go up to him. I grew up in a black neighborhood.
Robin Quivers' laugh.
I could totally see this being talked about on his stream or his podcast. Not, I can't. Oh, yeah, it's funny. I don't want to say podcast, but he hates podcasts on his radio show. You know, he hates podcasts.
Well, it's funny because he's kind of like the original podcast.
Well, he is, but podcasts are, I don't know, podcasts are radio on demand. So I guess he had that for a little bit with his Howard TV and other things.
Yeah, good old Howard.
Podcasts and radio are the same shit. It's just audio.
Yeah. And then but he's even the person that said, "Oh, podcasts aren't going to take off. This is like a fad. Podcasts are stupid." Like,
Yeah, because he's threatening.
if you're really good, you'd be on
That's his
radio.
competition.
That's why he said it. You know,
And they're
like-
free, you know. He's charging
Yeah.
people to fucking listen to his shit every single month or whatever. A lot of these people just get a couple ads and they're good to go. They don't give a shit.
Well, it's there's some I listen to that aren't free. You know, I know
Yeah.
Dave does the same thing here.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Dave, how many
I haven't
podcasts do you
paid for any of
subscribe
them.
to? How many do you pay for, Dave?
Only 3.
Which 3?
Um,
I know THC.
Come Town?
Great
PhD.
Carlwood. Carlwood is a legend now.
Yeah, he
Who?
is. World Record Podcast.
What's
World
that?
Record. I never heard of that one.
That's like the Brendan Walsh Bone Zone guy.
On Patreon, you subscribe?
Yeah. I still
Okay.
have Poundcast on Patreon, but like I probably haven't even listened to Poundcast in like nearly a year.
Oh,
What
Like
do they
$2.
talk about and stuff?
Oh, World Record Podcast?
Yeah.
Human toilets, things of that nature.
so a comedy podcast.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's good.
All right, yeah. Most of the ones I subscribe to are all conspiracy-based podcasts, like the THC. THC is great.
Yeah. I would like to subscribe to Isaac Weisup's and I'd
I
like
have
to
his.
I probably subscribe to Confessionals because sometimes there's some good ones.
I did it for like a day, and I was like, I don't like it. I don't like
Is it
this
a
stuff.
daily
He's
thing?
very religious.
Yeah, he's very religious.
And it always gets to that in his podcast where he always gets someone like it's a really good story, and then it turns to like, and then Jesus helped me say, like, go through. Like, It's like, oh, okay, I get why he got this guy on.
Yeah,
Is it daily or is it like weekly? How often does it come out?
It's
I think he does 2 a week, right? 2 a week for confessionals.
Yeah, one free one and then one paid for one.
Yeah, I listen to THC, Tinfoil Hat, but I don't pay for it. Isaac
Yeah.
Wysop's I pay for. He has good ones because he has good bonus ones. He's good for
Tinfoil
that.
Hat you don't have to pay for.
Yeah, because he has so many
Ever.
fucking ads.
Yeah, but if you do pay for it, you don't have to listen to the ads. But
I listen to
Yeah,
Crow
like
777 because
You can
he's
just
just
skip
out
that.
there.
I have stuff with ads, and I just hit the like 30-second ahead thing a couple times, and it's over.
Oh yeah, that's what I do with Tinfoil Hat. I don't listen to those.
yeah,
Yeah, I
And
mean,
it's probably not good for him. Although
well,
I think he's
more
already
that
getting
they're
paid.
there than whether people are listening. But
Yeah.
you just click that like a couple times, and then maybe like the back 15, and you're good to go. Like it never happened.
I've used like the Tinfoil Hat promo code on Manscaped Razor. So
Oh, you've used it.
yeah,
I mean, I've used some promo codes from Toddcast before. I can't remember which ones. I think you know what? Same here. I have a Manscaped razor. I used it on one of the podcasts I was listening to. I don't remember which one, but I used it. It was still expensive.
yeah.
I mean,
But like,
I got a new
you got, like,
razor.
regular razor for cheap.
Norelco's got a really good one. It's a Norelco Pro. It's $100 though.
it's for your wiener.
No, this wasn't a Manscaped. This is just a nice razor trimmer thing.
Right.
But I think you can use it for that.
You could use it for your pee-pee.
You could use it for that.
Yeah. Yeah. I like to get those hairs mixed up a little bit, you know?
You like to do like a lightning bolt down there or something.
Yeah. Well, I like to have my face hair and my pee-pee hair like hit the bathtub at the same time.
Same millimeter length, right?
Yeah.
You want to
I
have
thought you were gonna
yeah,
say
all right,
you
yeah.
like your facial hair and your pubic hair to like match in the like say you have like a Fu Manchu, and so does that.
Yeah, how come we don't see any dyed pubic hair anymore, right?
I think it's a thing.
You think it's a thing? It's like some bleach blonde pubic hair?
I think it's in with the boys again.
Okay, yeah. That needs to get back in. That's
Like
a
frosted tips or
fad.
something?
Yeah, like frost those pubic tips.
Yeah,
I remember
exactly.
there were like people were like competing with each other for who had the better frosted tips.
I remember that
Pubic
was such
tips
a fad.
or regular tips.
Say it again?
Just pubic tips or head tips?
I think pubic tips are more in, but I've never had any hair coloring like that. Never had any frosted tips in my life.
Yeah, we
What
know
about
people
gel?
that have,
You probably
but
gelled up pretty hard.
I've gelled up, but never
yeah,
had
I
frosted
gelled up.
tips.
I used
Dave,
to
if you're
gel
a
up
frost-
so hard that it would turn to like it would be like completely stiff, and then if I brushed it, it would all like feather out. You know, like
Yeah, turn like a powdery substance would like fall
yeah,
out.
like powder, and it would stick all over my hands, and it looked almost like dandruff, but thick.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
Yep, I remember that. There's some gross gels back in the
I think I
2000s.
had a gold chain too.
There was, liters upon liters of gel sold in the early 2000s.
Yes,
Yeah, like LA
disgusting.
Looks. You could
Think
buy,
about
like,
the
a
amount.
gallon of it.
10 million gallons sold of gel.
Yeah, but like
I'm sure that's a thing. It's gross.
like you'd almost go through like a bottle of the LA Looks for like a week. In like a week. Yeah, because like it's almost as if
Dave,
like
did you have frosted tips?
never.
Leon, did you have frosted
Whatever.
tips? I think you did.
No, I thought about it though. I was getting a little bit jealous of everyone else having them, and I was like, you know what?
Well,
I had a brother and a Tom who had frosted tips.
oh yeah.
Really?
So
Doug frosted
Doug
up?
had frosted tips.
At one point,
I
yeah,
don't
Doug had
remember
frosted tips.
I could
He
see
didn't have-
that.
he must not had it for that long because I don't remember that really.
I think it was when he was a freshman or something.
Oh, so back to Howard. Speaking of hair, that's got to be a wig, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if he were gonna
That's
pick
a wig, man.
Is that he would go back to that look? Why not go with something different?
Dude, that's a wig. I've always heard it's a wig, and then he's like straight up, just completely bald underneath.
Really?
Yeah, I'm almost positive he's had the same haircut for like
Can you get
25
some more
years.
photos? Is this like a conspiracy theory you heard about on?
Oh, this is like 100% a thing. It's talked about all. I'm on the Howard Stern Reddit, and it's always talked about.
Show it.
I mean, it's just all speculative. But here's like what people. Here's if you look at this, caught without a wig. This is what people think. But I mean, look at it. Look at his hair, and then look at kind of how old he is, and I just don't think he's got this haircut anymore.
He looks like the guitar player from Queen.
Yeah, I don't think he looks.
The
sad part about this is I think he probably looks better without the stupid wig. Looks like a regular dude. Like I buy that.
I think it was actually on Howard Stern where Sacha Baron Cohen was talking about how the members of Queen wanted the movie to start with Freddie Mercury, and then he dies in the middle point, and then the rest of the movie is just about the band. And he was like,
"Yeah, that was supposed to. That's how it's supposed to go."
Shit, man.
Yeah, no, they like completely changed that because no one wants to fucking watch the non-fucking Freddie Mercury
who gives a
movie.
Shit about anyone else in that fucking band? Like, they do backup vocals on that fucking song, and then
what's like a Queen song after Freddie Mercury's dead?
That's it, man. That's when they ended, pretty much.
Exactly.
Well, actually, I'm probably wrong. They probably kept going, but I mean, I'm sure there's like one guy who went to the screening with like a skullet, and he was like, "I'm all here for Brian May." You know what I mean? So I'm sure there's a few guys that were there for Brian May.
And he does have good guitar parts and solos and shit, but it's just he's not like a personality that's charismatic enough for a fucking film or notable part, even.
Brian May kind of has this Howard Stern haircut, by the way, just gray.
But they're all queer, so it made sense, right?
I think it was just they weren't gay at all. I think it was just queer. Freddie Mercury.
I think they all now identify.
They all identify as queer now.
Queer. Yeah.
Oh, who doesn't, right?
Who doesn't?
Let me see this tweet here, because I saw this also. This is this is the guy.
Looks like
this is the guy.
Who's the guy who was fucking Whoopi Goldberg? Becker. Who's the Becker guy? Fuck.
Ted Danson.
Oh, Ted Danson. Let me play this clip. This is the guy who wanted NBA players to come up to him. So let me just play this clip.
Black NBA players.
Who's puppeteering? Is that
All right, that's enough of that.
Isn't that the guy from Moving On Up, that 70s sitcom?
Yeah, that's Jefferson right there. George Jefferson.
Yeah. Wow, he's really he doesn't give a shit. So
yeah. Okay, let's see what this says. Okay, Howard Stern is trying again.
Man, he could do anything he wanted. Like, really.
What do you think of Beth Stern? Do you think she's good looking? Do you think she's not?
No.
I don't know. She seems like an asshole. I'd say that.
I mean, I'll agree there. She's like all about her cats. Like everything she talks about is about her cats. She's like a cat rescue.
Wait.
I mean, I can't say she's not good looking, but she seems awful. There you go. Here's this guy with the wig again. This is so fake. He's got like a obvious, like almost like Afro fake wig. When you start to look at it like that.
Howard's been living a lie.
Yeah, he's just also he is, because I don't think all right, well, hold on. Maybe he was never as edgy as he really was, and that was always kind of a lie.
That's what I'm saying, is that he was living a lie. I think the real Howard is the Howard now, like the bootlicking Howard.
It could be. I think I've always heard that he wants to be known, like he wants to go down as a very good interviewer, which he is. Like he wants that to be his focus.
I always thought that he got people to do shit they really didn't want to do, or say stuff that they really didn't want to say.
But really, his focus is. Let me show you. Let me pull this up. I think his focus was what it should have been. Should have been the Whack Pack.
Oh,
the Whack Pack here. You know, this is what this is what really came out of it.
I didn't know Ice-T was a part of that.
I guess Ice-T is part of the whack back here. Oh
Who?
man. This wasn't too long ago that there's the gathering of the stupid. 2016. Wow, look at how Wendy the retard is all huge and fat now. She's gigantic. Beetlejuice came back. I never liked Bigfoot. I never was a fan of Bigfoot. Angry Alice was annoying on the phone.
Is that the crow person?
She would always call in. I don't really exactly remember. Elephant Boy was always funny. Gotta respect Gary. Well, now they call him Gary the Conqueror, but he was Gary the Retard, of course.
Yeah, jeez. They gotta fucking... They just can't leave it alone, huh?
Yeah, Jeff the Drunk. They can still say Jeff the Drunk, but then they call Wendy the Retard Wendy the Slow Adult.
That's even worse.
Yeah, that's worse. Wow, she is fuck. I always thought she might have been an act.
Man.
Like I always thought she might have been the act, but how fat she got and how bad her teeth got and everything, it's definitely not an act. She's definitely Wendy the Retard. Sour Shoes was always annoying. Tan Mom. Medicated. I forget Medicated Pete. I remember this sounds familiar. I don't know this guy. Dana Carver. Epic whackpacker right there.
Yeah, he was always good for just confrontation.
Some of the best bits are with Daniel Carver. It's undeniable. Daniel Carver and Artie and that whole era was great. Makes you miss that
relative to like Springer and stuff.
Where's High Pitch? Where's High Pitch Eric?
Well, I was just noticing High Pitch was not present to argue his case. High Pitch might have been kicked out. And Nicole Bass was, I think, dead at the time. She might have been dead.
Yeah, whackpackers don't have a long shelf life, probably.
No, yeah, they don't. The grossest Howard Stern whackpacker was probably Siobhan, the transgender whackpacker.
Yeah.
Do you remember her?
Wait, didn't that midget guy write a script or something?
Gary, which midget?
Go back real quick.
Oh, Hank the Angry Dwarf?
Hank the Angry Dwarf died. Eric the midget died.
A script that he was selling to Hollywood and he got picked up?
I don't think so, man. I don't think so. But Siobhan was so gross. She would talk about her transgender vagina, which sounded like probably the most awful thing in the world.
Yeah.
It's basically like an open wound. It's disgusting.
I know, it sounds painful.
About...
Just thinking about it, it's like I get shivers.
All right, yeah. There you go. I want to get some of that back in there.
Poor Howard. I feel for the guy.
Yeah,
man. Come on.
I think he'll be all right. He's got some.
You think he'll be? You think he'll do all right?
No. Part of the reason why you go to an NBA game is to be seen, to be part of the community. And Howard's being ignored, and I'd say I feel for the guy.
I'm sure they show him on the Jumbotron of like people who were there. It's just nobody really cares anymore.
Yeah, there's been a few people at the Jumbotron. Aaron Rodgers has shown up a few times now, by the way.
Yeah, because he's on the Jets.
Yeah, he's making himself known. I think he's actually kind of a cool dude. He took ayahuasca.
Before he went on a darkness retreat where he was taking ayahuasca and sitting in a cave by himself.
It's pretty awesome, actually.
To pork Olivia Munn.
Oh yeah.
No, I thought he was
pretty awesome. To
Woodley, and she's the reason why he's into all that like new age medicine and stuff, and it's like crystals, because she was like, manipulating him and all that.
I really want to watch. I have it down. I have it on Plex, by the way. So if anyone wants to watch it, but I want to check out Attack of the Dock. Speaking of Olivia Munn, let's play the trailer here. Let me play the trailer.
I don't remember Ham Baby.
Who was the chick that did naked yoga?
Sarah Jean Underwood.
Yeah.
Oh, there's your
I like
Dave. I remember you like being obsessed with that.
Oh,
post.
she was hot. Yeah.
Yeah, that girl's hot too, yeah.
But she's
Alison
okay. I
Hayslip
don't
or
know.
whatever. Something like that.
They knew their audience. I'll give them
Oh
that.
man, yeah. Perfect host.
I gotta say, she like parlayed this into being in like fucking X-Men and shit. You know, it's pretty good. She's got a good agent.
Did she like regret it? 'Cause I
Oh
mean,
no, I've always heard her talk about very fondly about Attack of the Show. So no, she did not regret Attack of the Show.
I mean, it wasn't like a shitty or bad run show. I mean, definitely they had like bits that were
yeah,
pretty
but I mean, like,
embarrassing.
was she like, oh man, I was just sexually objectified, like that dumb
No, it
fucking
wasn't.
bitch lady from that Robin Quivers video or whatever, who like had her tits
Yeah.
out.
Well,
Who's
there's
that?
been Frost too. Have you heard about the new G4 that got canceled and the rant about
No.
that? All right, we'll play that in a second too. Let's finish this.
Nice.
Yeah.
What is all that? Piss?
Beer.
Yeah.
Oh. That's a pretty good bit. Golden shower with honey from a bear stick.
It's pretty good though, right?
I used to
Yeah, I
watch it
remember
back in
liking
the
that
day.
show. Do you remember what was on? Was it like midnight or something?
Nah,
It was
dude, it
late.
was on like after school.
Well, it was a channel. It was always on. But
Yeah,
Attack of the Show was later, wasn't it?
nah, dude, it's on like after like school.
Well, because it was always showing something. G4 was just a channel.
Yeah, G4 was always showing something. But yeah, Attack of the Show, I feel like was on at like 6 or something like that.
So they brought
Uh,
back G4 in 2022, and then it got canceled after 6 months. But here,
Well,
let
because
me
they
show
had that
you
like
the.
hideous thing,
Yeah,
right?
I'll show you her. Let's watch this. This is what was being
the new
shown.
version. What the fuck? That looks like a wig.
This has got troll.
Is that Horatio Sands?
No, he's not fat anymore. That's why no one uses him in anything.
This thing seems very angry.
It's weird.
What's it yelling about?
I don't know. It's like nothing else going on but them. Like just so much screen time.
Here also the thing they're talking about. She's essentially saying we don't play the games. It's all written by people. That's also douchey too, where they're really just kind of fake nerds doing what they want to show you, you know. But yeah, awful person here. Disgusting to look at.
Yeah.
And that's why people watched was Olivia Munn.
Yeah,
They wanted to
there's
have
like the
something to
fantasy.
fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, but
They
I mean,
what's her name?
he was still more to it than that. Like they had bits and skits, and they would talk about like film releases and game releases and stuff. And
Oh, dude, Jim and Derek was like I always thought that episode was like mocking G4.
Jim and Derek. Which one is that?
The Tim and
Is
Eric
this
episode.
I don't remember
I
that.
don't remember that.
The Tim and Eric episode when they do Jim and Derek.
I don't remember that. No. But should we go over to our Tim and Eric review, or let me go to another topic here. Let me see. Oh yeah, so I saw Guardians of the Galaxy last night.
Oh, is it?
It was okay. It wasn't terrible. It was entertaining. I don't think I'll ever watch the movie again. So I don't know if that says anything.
I don't really remember what happened in the second one.
I didn't really either. I was thinking about that. Like I remember the first one, but I don't remember the second one.
What happened in the
Oh,
third
you're
one?
right.
Is
Should I give spoilers away, or should I just kind of tell you the gist of things?
Is it cool, like
I'm not
babies
gonna
and
watch
stuff?
it, so that's all right.
What is that?
Is there like a Baby Yoda type thing going on?
There's baby
Groot.
Rocket, his backstory. So basically basically early on in the movie, Rocket gets like fatally injured, and so they have to figure out how to like heal him. So they have to like go back to where he was made as like a cybernetic thing. So a lot of it's his backstory and shit. It was okay. It's pretty good.
Where can you meet Groot at?
That comes up. That's Groot is in the first movie where he meets Groot in the prison.
Oh right, yeah, I forgot. I'm not really, yeah, I'm not even on this.
Yeah, it was there were some emotional moments in it. That's all I'll say.
Was the baby cute?
Who dies?
Baby was cute. I mean, it was they teased like every single possible death they could in the whole thing, because this is like the last Guardians of the Galaxy movie, as far as we know.
No, I thought you said it was just the last one with this director.
Well, it's the last one with James Gunn. It's the last one with Drax, with Batista, because he's too good for this shit now. He wants to do Dune, and he wants to do art movies with Villanueva.
Well, he did that comedy with what's his name? Kumail Nanjiani or whatever.
I do think he's good in I think he's good when he acts. I don't think he's a bad actor. I'll say that. He's probably the best wrestler actor there is, as far as like thespian actor kind of thing.
Yeah.
No, The Rock is.
No, The Rock's not a real actor though. The Rock's The Rock. He's actually kind of feels like an actor.
Kumail's a pretty good wrestler actor.
Kumail Nanjiani?
Yeah. He kind of qualifies. He's like a bodybuilder or something now.
Well, has he been in the ring?
He was in a superhero movie where he like bulked up for it with
what about Trump?
Ray. I forget the
Trump's
name
been
of it.
in movies. Trump's been in movies, and he's been in the ring.
Yeah, he has.
And he's a president.
And
But I
president.
thought that guy on the left died in the last movie.
Yeah, he died. Yeah. He shows up a little. He's got a little part. He got a little moment.
But he's dead.
But should I spoil it? The whole thing here?
Yeah, I'm not gonna see it, so go ahead.
No one dies. I was actually kind of happy about that. It's kind of cool.
I don't know.
No one dies.
They teased like every single death, and it was kind of like stupid. It was nice to have right off in the sunset. That's it. I kind of like seeing that.
Did the bad guys die?
All die, so they stopped making
The bad guy.
movies.
The bad guy was actually pretty good bad guy. He had like this face that was it was almost like Brazil. He had this face that was like stapled on to his like face because like, it got ripped off by Rocket when he was getting experimented on. Basically, Rocket is being I can't show that. I don't think there's probably clips of it. Basically, Rocket was being experimented on, and he like as like an animal, and he had these other animal friends that are being experimented on, and Rocket like helps come up with something to fix the guy's process, this black guy who's in charge of all these genetic operations,
Played
and then
by
he
who?
essentially kills all his friends, kills all the cybernetic other animals, and that really pisses off Rocket, and he just like attacks his face and rips it all off. So that part was actually kind of awesome. You see this guy's face at the end, it's like a fucking bleeding skeleton thing. It looked pretty cool.
So Rocket was just a regular raccoon, and then he like transformed him.
Yeah, he was like a regular raccoon, and he like genetically manipulates him and like does all these experiments on him, and it's pretty violent. Like that part was kind of. I mean, there's some emotional moments, and then he's in a cage with there's an otter that's got a whole cybernetic body, like his arms are all fake, and then there's a walrus who's kind of has like a wheelchair, and then this rabbit who's basically like a spider cybernetic thing but has a rabbit body, and they're all like the friends together, and they kind of have a little interaction.
Sounds like Toy Story.
Yeah, it kind of has that, and then Rocket finds out that they're just gonna be killed in the morning because they don't really matter to this guy, and so he tries to escape, and once he tries to escape, all his other friends get killed, like right in front of him. That part was kind of emotional. It had its moments.
Damn,
But yeah,
son.
they tried to tease killing off Rocket, the Nebula girl. No, just in the whole movie. What do you mean,
Is
trailer?
Nebula girl like the bitch who like was bad, now she's good or something?
Yeah, I
Gamora.
guess they made her. She kind of had a hotness to her, and then they made her kind of. She's basically looking like a lesbian in this movie.
What they
What's
changed her
Nebula?
hair?
Is she Carrie Gilliam or whatever?
Yeah, who's
Yeah.
fucking smoking hot? One of the hottest actresses that you could have.
She's all right. Wasn't she?
I don't know. I think she's pretty good. She's in Doctor. Yeah, she's the companion of David Tennant. Oh no, Matt Smith rather. Matt Smith, House of Dragon himself.
I thought
rather.
David Tennant was Billy Piper.
Yeah, Matt Smith is Karen Gillan.
Scotland's finest.
Matt Smith was really good in that season too. He did great in that House of the Dragon. Stole the
He's
show.
a weird looking guy.
Oh yeah,
Weird-looking guy.
that motherfucker. He is pretty good.
Yeah, he's good. He stole the show just by he had some scenes where he didn't even talk and he's just there, and he kind of like stole the show.
There was a lot of good people on that. I mean, the guy, obviously the guy who played the king was really good. Like this.
Oh yeah,
there's
Patty
so many good
something.
performances on that shit.
Yeah,
I gotta say, at times I kind of like it more than some of the later Game of Thrones stuff.
Oh yeah, there was because you know what, it didn't switch around. At least like Game of Thrones always switches around like crazy. And yeah, the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones sucked. This was definitely better than the last 2 seasons, maybe even 3. And I liked how it was like a contained story, all within that whole area of the Targaryens. Game of Thrones jumps around a lot. Although Dave, I think you should probably see the first couple seasons.
Yeah.
Like it.
Yeah.
There were still like very redeemable good sequences from later Game of Thrones, like the whole battle sequence when they're all just piled in on each other and like they're like so tired and exhausted where they can barely even like stab each other. It felt like so realistic to what would actually.
Well, that wasn't
like,
later.
like.
That was still good Game of Thrones. That was like season.
Oh, you're right. That's
5.
Like the psychotic guy from
Ramses. Yeah.
Fucking what was that show where like they're superheroes? Misfits.
Yeah, those were good seasons. Pretty much, I think directly after that is when it got shitty.
Like the crab guy
and stuff. That got really dark and fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah, Dave, if you like the crab guy, then you're gonna like a lot of the Game of Thrones shit.
Yeah, the crab guy was fucked up.
Did you like those battle sequences?
Yeah, I love that shit, yo.
Because they didn't even compare to really like the Game of Thrones battles yet.
Nice.
I mean, I thought the best thing in that whole thing was the dragon fight at the end was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And the whole that whole just tension of that scene where he goes to that kingdom and tries to talk to the king, and then the guy with the one eye is there. That was just all very tense. You knew like something really fucked up was gonna happen.
Yeah,
you could tell that he was like set up for failure.
Yeah. Although the one thing I didn't like about that whole season was when the old lady takes up the dragon out of the floor and like kills everybody. I thought that was
I know
fucking
that
dumb
felt so easy.
and dumb and like evil. It's like she's supposed to be the guy I'm rooting for, and when she like killed a bunch of people, I thought that was kind of like ridiculous.
It felt so convenient to the plot, and a lot of times when that happens, it feels like the writers just need to like get from one.
Which one did that?
And they didn't know how.
She was the aunt, like the one who was
Yeah.
skipped over at being queen.
Yeah.
I think everyone in the show has been really good though. I'll say everything, all good acting, good stories. I'm all for it.
Well, also, like the whole time she was built up to be an adversary, and then it felt like so convenient that they immediately like flipped and helped them. You know?
Yeah.
But I get it. I mean, I don't know.
Such also a show where I didn't give a shit about the forced black casting. They did it well. You know, it's like it's shocking. Where you know you have
that
these.
Made sense. Yeah.
It made sense too. Also with the story where it's like they're obviously not this lady's kids when they're you know like all white. Or it's not the guy like the king's or the black guy's kids because they're obviously not black at all. So it did play into it very well.
Yeah, but it was forced.
All right, so going back to the Gardens thing here, MCU needs a kickoff. They really do because they've been not really doing well with their money. This is what the baby raccoon looked like, by the way. So they had some forced cuteness in there. Yeah, and then he's like in a little bin of. It was definitely kind of fucked up. He's like a little baby raccoon that gets experimented on. So there's some fucked up stuff with that.
What is the sequence like? Is he like ripping his body apart and putting in all like machinery?
He's got like a brain cap, like they sew off the top of his head and do that kind of shit. And he does have these cybernetic things in his chest. Seems kind of fucked up.
He didn't have a brain cap as his character.
Well, I think it's like the fur is grown in. But already
Mortal Kombat shit?
Probably, man. Already the box office for this thing is not tracking well.
Really?
It's only
it's kind of fucking print money every time they come out.
Nah, they're not printing money anymore.
Maybe it's too dark. It's like too much for kids and their parents to go see. They thought it would be
so
more
it's tracking. It's tracking to get $130 million opening. That's what people were talking about early on, and now it's looking like it's only going to get about 105 million, which is a million less than Ant-Man Quantumania, which is
maybe
fucking
people are getting
Ant-Man.
Superhero fatigue. Remember, like that kind of happened when the first wave went down, and then there was like this period where people were just sick of the movies being pumped out constantly.
I think so, but also I think the marketing is bad.
I forget like what releases brought it back. I think it was like one of the Spider-Man series that like brought it back.
Yeah, but that's not even MCU. That's Sony. Sony owns the rights to those.
Oh,
that's the fucked up part about that is that's not Disney or Marvel making their money on that. They're splitting it with Sony. Sony's got the rights to Spider-Man. It's a weird thing there.
Sony owns DC, yo.
Nah, Sony owns no. Warner Brothers owns DC.
Wait, so Spider-Man is not even Marvel or DC?
Spider-Man is Marvel, but in the late 80s, Marvel was kind of hurting for money, so they sold their property rights to different studios. And the biggest one at the time was Spider-Man, so they sold that to Sony. Sony got a deal where they had to make a Spider-Man movie every so often or they'll lose the rights. So that's why you had the Tobey Maguire movies. That's why you had afterwards, like 3 years later, once they're about to lose the rights, they put out the Andrew Garfield movies. And then they teamed with Marvel to be like, we'll let you have this character, but we want the money. And like the creative rights on it. But also, I think the marketing of this movie has been bad. Have you even heard about this movie, Dave? The new Guardians movie? Do you know that's been happening?
No, but I did see a commercial for the new Fast and Furious.
So they're pushing that, huh?
Yeah.
I think I saw that as a trailer. This was, by the way, this is the first movie I went back and went to see since 2019.
What theater did you go to? Like, was it
I went to East
ones?
Windsor. East Windsor. I just went and saw it like by myself. It was 9:50 at night, was like 10 o'clock at night and no one was there, so it was kind of cool.
Was it? What is East Windsor nice now, or is it still shitty?
Oh, it's shitty. It's even like the seats. They got those reclining seats, but they're all like ripped up and they do not look good. Like
Yes,
a bunch of
Kirsten was
Indian people.
reclining. Yeah.
Have you seen a
Except
movie?
Curry-
Have you seen a movie recently in Scotland at all, or no?
I think the last movie I went to was probably The Banshees of Inisherin.
Okay, you saw that. Okay, I like that movie.
Yeah,
I
so
thought
I
it was
saw that
pretty good.
movie in theaters. I think that's the last movie I went to.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's really good. Did I see another movie? I'm trying to think.
I liked how that one guy didn't go full retard.
Yeah, he didn't go full retard. If he went full retard, it would have been bad.
He went just retard enough, right?
Well, they all were slightly. Well, him and what's his name, Colin Farrell was slightly
Oh yeah.
retarded.
Well, he's dim. He was
Yeah,
uninteresting. He was dim.
dim. He definitely was dim. It's a good movie.
Yeah, I liked it. Was that probably more popular by you too?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's because it's about the Troubles. So and Glasgow is a very Irish city, so it like hits home to a lot of the people.
Yeah, I could see that because also, yeah, I get what you're saying, like the Civil War aspect to it, right?
Yeah, well, it's actually a whole metaphor for the Civil War.
Yeah, because I mean, who would be the if it is a metaphor, then kind of what would Colin Farrell be on the side of the average citizen, I guess?
No, it's about the Republican Army and then the other army.
Well, then who
Like,
would be who in that scenario? Where it was like who would Colin Farrell represent and who would Brendan Gleeson represent?
I forget who's who, but one of them is the Republican Army and one is the other army.
Probably, I guess Brendan Gleeson would represent someone who's more traditional, right?
Well, I mean, because again, I don't really know the history well enough, but it's about like how they just um they just started fighting with each other and just how the Civil War happened instead of because I think at first they're like united against the English and then you could look it up.
Yeah.
I don't know it well enough.
Well, speaking back with this Guardians of the Galaxy 3, it's expected to open about 105 million here domestically. I don't even know. Did it open there by you?
No,
Could you
no.
go see it right now?
I'll check it. I probably could.
There's complaints about darkness and animal cruelty. There was some animal cruelty, so I get that. That was definitely in the movie.
Isn't that just part of the story? So
Kind of. I wouldn't say it was in your face
well, it's
that
like
much. I think it was.
yeah, I could see it. I could see it here.
Okay, you could. Okay.
Yeah.
I think the one dude was really good. I think Chris Pratt is a general movie star. I think he is really good. I just don't think the money really is adding up for him. I think he's good at the role
Jurassic
though.
Park money coming in.
I guess so. He's not a bad he's not bad for this character. That's all I'll say. He's pretty good at the character.
Yeah,
Well, he
he's
started
good at the
out
character.
doing more comedic shit. He was on that show with Amy Poehler and fucking what is that shit? Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
So it helps that he probably did that, and then they're trying to, mix in comedy with all the superhero shit.
Yeah, but you know what I was noticing? It's the whole thing feels a lot like a music video. It was a good soundtrack.
Well, yeah,
Flaming Lips were on it.
The whole not like shtick, but in the first movie, he had the cassette player, and then the soundtrack sold really well because there's all this nostalgia built in.
Yeah.
70s stuff, I think, and people just from older generations remembering all those singles, and then younger generations finding out about it. That's a good way to just sell a bunch of shit all over again.
Yeah, this opened up with Creep by Radiohead acoustic version. It was really good. There's actually some of the songs in here were pretty good.
Yeah, apparently
So
they
wait,
hate
they
that
went
fucking
90s or
song.
something?
It was 90s and like 2000s, but definitely more of a 90s vibe. Like they had the Faith No More, We Care a Lot song in it.
Oh, that's sick.
Rainbow. Oh, that's a metal group, isn't it? With Dio. Yeah. Space Hog, I remember them.
If you look at these songs, you know.
Yeah, that's a good song, actually. I mean, it's not good. I remember it. It's memorable. It's weird. They mixed in shit from like the early 2000s.
Wait.
Like Space Hog is from like the late 90s, early 2000s. That's not really relevant to his cassettes and shit. Or Flaming Lips. Like, why would he have that? He wouldn't even know about that shit, would he? I'm confused.
Yeah, Beastie Boys.
Yeah, I want to see that. What the fuck is that movie? Banshees movie. I have it on my watch list. I keep forgetting because that guy's got a lot of good shit. Like Seven
Who?
Psychopaths and In Bruges. The
Oh,
guy
yeah.
who wrote and directed it.
Did he do The Guard?
I don't know if you did The Guard. Let me see.
I just watched The Guard.
How
That does sound familiar.
is Flaming Lips in his cassette tape thing?
Oh yeah. So he's been to he has an iPod, classic iPod. He's been to Earth now via the other movies like the Avengers and shit. So he re-upped his iPod with some 2000s and 90s stuff.
Oh, that's okay. That's smart.
But,
That's a nice way to like mix in some non-70s shit to keep going back to over and over.
Yeah, good moments with definitely Creep in the beginning. Oh, it starts off he's in like the beginning, he's like a total drunk. It's that was kind of good. He's like drunk as shit. I don't know. It has some good adult stuff to Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, maybe that's why it's not selling as well as it should.
It actually, I would say this is not a kids movie, and that could be the case. Like Mario is gonna sell.
You don't want to alienate that market. You're gonna end up fucked.
I mean, let me look at the numbers here. Let's see.
What about
it's pacing for
critics
lower
on
than
Tomato
expected.
Scores? What do they look like?
That's a good point. Let me see. I'm kind of curious on that. I mean, because I don't like.
Wait, how'd you see
I would
already?
give it
today.
Came out. Well, it comes out on Thursday, but I came like. I'm gonna say I would give it like a 72%. That's what I would give. That's like my score for it.
That's not that great. That's like barely even passing.
Well, it's like I enjoyed it. It was entertaining, but am I going to ever see this movie ever again?
How
would
is the
say
audience
no.
score that high and it's not making money?
Well, maybe it will. Maybe it's just this is these are predictions. We're going to see on Sunday, Monday what this actually really makes.
Yeah, I feel like the weekend is more of when you're going to get a lot of exposure and people going out, not during the week.
I mean, I went and saw it.
What's that dog?
It's a telekinetic dog that's Russian from the CCP. Has kind of a role. I think it was in the second movie.
This guy has his power now.
This is James Gunn's brother, so yeah, he's got a big role.
Nepotism at work, great.
Yeah, there's some cool. You know what I like in general? I like the sci-fi aspects to this a lot. There's a lot of like weird aliens. This was the bad guy with the face that's like on kind of RoboCop-y.
I'm surprised they didn't get the guy from Ant-Man and the fucking Rocky reboot movie.
Oh, again. I heard that this guy wasn't bad in the movie. I heard that this guy was better than that guy. as far as performance goes. But yeah, we'll see how the numbers do on this movie. We'll track it here. It's supposed to end the Super Mario Brothers reign of terror. Dave,
Did you
have
see the
seen?
Super?
No, I haven't seen. That's the first movie I've seen in theaters in a long time. Did you see it, Dave?
No, is it supposed to be woke?
I don't think so. And it's Universal, so there's a big there's a little feud between Universal and Disney for sure right now.
I thought that like Mario wasn't able to do anything in the movie without Peach. It was like a strong female character.
I heard that wasn't. I heard that was a little overblown. I heard people talking about that, but I don't know. I didn't see anything Wake or Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm surprised. There's even a part where
Yellowstone is ending is because Kevin Costner got caught cheating on his wife, and she made an ultimatum that he can't work with Kelly Riley anymore.
So is that who he was cheating on?
Possibly. I mean, she's got all these nude scenes and stuff. I haven't watched a single minute of the show. I know people fucking love it, but
I saw a little bit of the 1886 show. It was pretty good. I've never seen Yellowstone though.
Oh, they're making Bad Boys 4. Nice.
Oh, nice. I'm down with that. I'm down with Bad Boys 4.
Cillian Murphy
Bad
was
Boys
so
4.
desperate to not be a secondary actor. He took.
Yes.
What an awful headline. He's so desperate to be a leading man. He got down on his knees and sucked Christopher Nolan's cock off just to get this part.
God, I will not be seeing Oppenheimer. No interest in anything from Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, I don't like him either. He's a pompous douche.
Yeah, Tenet sucked.
Yeah, you saw that, right, Dave?
Yeah, it's confusing and stupid.
I think he thinks he's really smart, and it just comes off as confusing.
Yeah.
Let me move over to the Tim and Eric. Let's get some user reviews here. How about that? You like Tim and Eric, right, Dave? That's why I brought this up.
Yeah.
I wanted to go through
10
I
out
haven't
of
kept
10.
up with any like Tim or Eric stuff in a while. I don't really I feel like I don't actually like Office Hours, but I haven't really listened to it much.
Yeah, I don't like Office Hours. Tim has been. I haven't really liked Tim's stuff in the past 2 or 3 years.
Well, he's been focusing more on just music and shit.
Well, he does his podcast. He does his other things.
But he had an entire album with one of the people from Foxygen, and then he's been doing music way before that too.
But yeah, I wanted to get to this a little earlier because usually I'm drinking and I get to these and I can't read as well. So we'll see.
You should use like one of those phonetic things where it reads it for you.
I should, right? Yeah, like a TikTok voice. 10 out of 10.
Like it's not Siri. It's like that robotic woman. Yeah. This movie killed me. You know, like that
are boys drinking their pee?
That's exactly that's the cading. Have you heard Millennials? Yeah, it's like that kind of stuff.
This movie killed me.
This is a review of Tim and Eric's $1 billion movie, which I'm gonna go into what I think. Let's go into what we think. I never really liked this movie. I thought it was like very okay. I mean, they've done so much better stuff.
I don't know if I don't know if their style of comedy can hold up for that long. I'm so used to a 10 to 15 minute episode. Them writing
I don't know if that's
moments though
felt so strained, but there's so many scenes and sequences in the movie that I love that I can't really dismiss it overall. You know,
like it does have its moments, but I think I would give this movie like a 6 out of 10. And I liked Tim and Eric.
I would give it
7.
That's a little harsh. I don't know. I mean, I try and give them the benefit of the doubt, knowing like they're well aware they're not used to making something that long. You know, like I feel like part of their comedy is writing for people who have short attention spans that are going to be entertained for 30 seconds at a time.
Yes, that's kind of their comedy.
It's almost like it reminds me of where Freddy Got Fingered was just a bunch of little scenes and sequences and not an overall narrative well thought out plot.
By the way,
it's so
Freddy Got Fingered comes into some of these reviews, so we're gonna get to that. That pops up. I did find a review that talked about Freddy Got Fingered.
Shit, I forgot about Tom Goes to the Mayor. That was
So let me read this. 10 out of 10. The funniest movie I've seen. This is from Reverend Tom. So maybe he could be a Tom Goes to the Mayor fan.
Pastor, yeah.
This movie killed me. I'm a huge Tim and Eric fan, and I can say, without a doubt, if you like the humor, you will love this film. Which I'm going to say, I like their humor, and I did not love this film. They have truly taken their humor to the next level. Like the best comedy. It is truly polarizing. It's definitely polarizing. You either love it and think it's brilliant, or you hate it and think it's stupid.
I thought it started out strong.
Yes, the trailblazers in any field are those who can take risks and don't worry about pleasing everyone. The rest of TV is like that, which made me love Tim and Eric so much ever since Tom Goes to the Mayor.
That's true.
So good. That show. Point. That show was great. That was the best thing. I think that's still the best thing they've done.
Yeah, I think Tom Goes to the Mayor is the best
because they're so apart from the pack and against the grain. Besides that, the film is just plain hilarious, dark for sure, not the same as the show, sure. But the key is that it's incredibly funny. If you don't like Tim and Eric, you won't like the film. It's that simple. Try watching some other stuff online, and if you dig it, you'll dig the film. Stay tuned to their vision. Stay true to their vision, and have created an amazing film. Okay, what do you think?
They make some good points. It's weird how poignant some of these reviews are. When I think they're going to be a complete joke of some idiot just spouting off bullshit, I agree.
This is May 2012.
What they're saying.
May 2012. This was 11 years ago.
Well, I feel like it was. There are good parts to the movie, but the whole mall setting and stuff, it was a little trite.
Yeah, it's just they couldn't. I don't think they're able to fill up a 2 hour or one, even not even less, like an hour and a half type format.
I'd say halfway through, I was kind of fading, it was hard to, it was a little hard to get through, at certain points. Not even that, it was bad. It was just, they're throwing so much at you all the time. It gets overwhelming,
Yeah, and it's just I feel like there's a lot of extending. There's a part where Zach Galifianakis falls into the pool and then they rescue him out, and then he falls back into the pool, and it's it's just extending it to extend it.
No, I agree. I don't like when a film feels like it's just filling time to reach a certain length. I agree. It's it
had that vibe. Padding. And I disagree with this review because I do like Tim and Eric stuff, and I would never give this movie a 10 out of 10.
No,
I mean, sit in the shrimp bath long enough.
Yeah, I mean, I like that part. That was funny. I like the part with the beginning scene where they're doing drugs.
Did that guy die?
Yeah. Who?
Did Leland from Twin Peaks die? The actor?
I don't know.
Who has the shrimp bath?
I don't think he died. I don't think so. Leland Palmer? What's his name is Ray Wise? No, he's still alive. He's got to be alive. Yeah, he's alive. 75. Yeah, Ray Wise is still alive. The killer of what's her name? Laura Palmer.
Who's Leland?
He's the character in Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks, yeah.
Oh.
It's a good show. It's worth watching.
Yeah, I wish I had met somebody who, when I said my name, would reference that. It's never happened once.
Oh, really? There's not a lot of. I'm surprised. There's not a lot of Twin Peaks fans.
Pretty good run. I thought it actually was kind of popular at the time. Because
it was.
It was.
Early HBO type of thing or something.
Kind of. It was an early phenomenon for sure. It had a big following. That's why there's 24 episodes in the second season.
The only Leland connection people have ever referenced to me was Jim Leland, who was a manager for the Pirates and Tigers and won a couple of championships. That's the only thing. And it's spelled differently. It's spelled Ley.
Let me get to this next 10 out of 10 review here. This is from Sure Hackenstein. This is from 2017. Loved it. Classic Tim and Eric humor. The movie was everything. All right, I'm sorry. The movie was very entertaining. I give it 5 bags of popcorn and a Target.
Oh, Red Letter Media.
No. This is
No,
what's
not
what's
Red
that
Letter
show,
Media.
Dave?
What the fuck was the shit
On
with
cinema.
On
Yeah,
cinema.
on
Yeah,
cinema.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the 5 bags of popcorn reference. I actually watched it again right after I finished it. That's like Top Gun from the top. That's almost like in the movie. This isn't a movie critic's movie. I wouldn't expect a snooty critic to like it. That's like me here. It's silly, but does have a good plot. I don't understand why it was so poorly. I understand why it did poorly in the box office. Come on. Maybe
What
a
was
few
the
theaters
release
showed it.
like?
Oh God,
It had to
that's
be
a good
like
question
small
right there.
theaters, like Princeton or something. You know, like those, like the one we saw Napoleon Dynamite at in Red Bank.
I remember
That level
like
of
watching
theater.
it online, like
Yeah.
buying it online.
And that
Like
was like
iTunes.
early buying it online.
You don't think they
That was
got
the-
any like
2012.
physical space distribution?
I'm
Like,
I'm pulling up the
any-
numbers here. Numbers it made 200. It's funny. I'm usually looking at like movies that are making millions. This made 200,000. You know, so,
But what
so
did
a
it
big
cost?
difference in the it probably cost at least $1 million. It's $3 million that was the production budget right here.
Jeez.
So it made like nothing.
Yeah, I feel bad for the person who thought this was going to be profitable.
But here's the thing. This only opened to 24 theaters. So didn't really open to a lot of movie theaters. So looking at their numbers is kind of weird. Video sales is probably more accurate for what they did, and I can't. It looks blank here.
It's funny seeing all our logos lined up on the left like that.
Oh, this over here. Yeah.
It almost looks like your hot dog thing is tucked in like a napkin dinner plate at a restaurant.
I was tucked into a bed.
Yeah, I or like in a pocket, like in someone's pocket. That's what I was looking at. It was like someone's shirt pocket.
What's the difference between like a pig in a blanket and a hot dog? It's the size, right?
No, it's
So-
a whole different thing. Whole different thing, man. Come on.
So has
It's,
anyone
like,
ever
wrapped
made
up.
a hot dog with a giant croissant casing around it? Like a giant pig in the blanket?
I mean, pigs in blanket have that pastry shit around it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like this.
it's like a croissant mix thing. Like a Pillsbury Doughboy can. Where you crack it on your table to open it.
Yeah, it looks like this. It's got a
Sprinkle
pastry
some
shit to
salt
it.
on that shit. Yeah.
It's got a pastry aspect. Some sesame seed, man.
It turns out they're very healthy for you.
Pigs in a blanket, huh?
Hold up. What the fuck is this pig selling for $440?
That's this is a heirloom pig right here. Heron
The
pig in a
fuck?
blanket. Handmade porcelain. They want me to sign up to their newsletter. I'm gonna say
This
no.
feels like that site with Gwyneth Paltrow selling her
Goop?
semen candles.
Oh yeah,
and-
Goop. Yeah.
Yeah, Goop.
She was on Shark Tank the other day. She was on Shark Tank.
Really?
Yeah, Dave. What is it called over there? Isn't there a different name for the UK for Shark Tank? They call it,
Dragon's
like Lion
Den.
Dragon's Den. That's it. Yeah, they got to be
Why
different
is
over
it
there.
different? Why didn't they just keep the same show title?
I don't know. They have that
It
gay
actually
King Arthur
started in the
shit.
UK, to be honest.
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of sharks in Scotland?
Some people could say that.
I know.
So let me continue with
Australians
this.
get really fucked up with that. Like people go out to just like hang out in the water and get their fucking limb chipped off.
Let me continue with this. Tim and Eric have a big following, so you'd think their fans would go. I wish they would make another movie like this one. I mean, me and Dave went to that Tim and Eric meet and greet thing. Remember that, Dave?
Oh
It was
yeah,
awesome.
I remember you showing pictures. They were like in all this like weird like day glow looking light up stuff? Like
It was
neon
at
shit?
the It was at the link what's the place in Philadelphia?
They
Franklin
showed
Institute.
a
Tom goes to the
couple of
mayor.
sneak preview Tom Goes Mayor, right?
Yeah.
Wait, where
We
was
almost
it?
I think we were all too chicken to like say hello to them though.
Yeah, exactly.
Was it at like Vox Populi, that weird
No,
art
no,
place
it
we
was
sell
at
music
the
at?
It was
Franklin
a nice
Institute.
place. It was a nice place. Next one here. This is from Jesus Khan. He's a Khan. It's from 2012. So funny. 10 out of 10. Let's put things in perspective. I love filmography. I love comedy. I love Doctor Who. Doctor Who's coming up a lot today.
Filmography.
Put all.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
I guess.
What
I don't know
is-
why that comes up
I've
here.
never heard that term. What is filmography?
I guess just. That's a
Do
good
they mean
question.
like cinematography?
I think they mean film in general.
They just added ography.
It's like if you like photography, it's yeah, this is not
Also,
the right
what's
use of
study
this
film?
word.
Ography on anything I like.
That's not the right use of this word here, I don't think.
Yeah.
Put all that aside, I bloody love this film. This must be a Brit, right, Dave?
Yeah.
Could be.
Nice.
It's brilliant.
It's good they're getting global.
Splitting brilliant. Now, admittedly, not many people will be able to see this kind of humor as funny. Think more Zoolander, Joe's Apartment, Freddy Got Fingered humor. Joe's Apartment.
Oh, that was with
Yeah, we had the same response
the
there.
roaches, and they would do like all these musical sequences and
Jerry
shit.
O'Connell.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's some boner
He
shit.
was actually a big boner guy. He was in Tomcats. He was the star of that.
Yeah, you think boner, you think Tomcats, you think American Pie. As far as our era,
You think of O'Connell, yeah.
it's both O'Connells, right? And they're
Yeah.
both in that one movie. What's
Stand
that
By
movie?
Me?
Can't hardly wait.
Can't Hardly Wait. They're both in
Oh,
there.
I thought you were talking about Stand By Me.
No. There's not a lot
He's
of
in that
boners in
shit
that.
though. He plays the fat kid.
There's a dead body. Like I guess maybe he had a boner like Weekend at Bernie's. That could have been like a Weekend at Bernie's.
I know
Bernie's,
Kiefer
boner.
Sutherland had a boner on the set of that.
Probably, He's watching Corey Haim and all that shit.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of homoerotic undertones.
I was going into this with doubt. I cannot say I've ever been compelled to watch the full season of Tim and Eric, which those were good
Really?
seasons. Yeah,
It'll
I don't
take you
know.
it'll take you 40 minutes. Like you can get through it real quick.
The film, however, outdoes itself. Laugh factor is outrageous. Most films leave on their funniest jokes. Tim and Eric starts with it, and it gets funnier throughout. I don't know if it gets funnier throughout, but it is funny in the beginning.
Yeah, with Zach Galifianakis as their like mystical sage Native American ripoff guy who they fire because they
I
can't
like when they're
afford him
doing
anymore.
drugs. And they're like, we're gonna get.
And then they go into like the
They get
bar
so
sequence
fucking
and they do
high,
all that
yeah.
insane shit. I mean, it starts off really strong.
Yeah, that I'm gonna get so fucking high. Whole scenes, montage, all that section is really good of the movie.
That encapsulates Tim and Eric in general. It's like they're great at doing like 5 minutes,
moments,
and then the rest of the film is a shit show because they've already blown their load.
Well, all right. If you watch this entire film and there's something you don't chuckle at, well, something is. This guy says defiantly wrong with your funny drive. I think he means definitely wrong with your funny drive. This might not be a family film. This is definitely not a family film. However, it will go down in the stoner history, I'm sure. Hell, I haven't been high for 6 months now, and this is a jolly good laugh.
Imagine like sitting down with your mom and dad watching people get shit all over with shrimp.
Yeah, shrimp.
The closest I had to that
Shrimp.
was I saw Team America World Police with my mom and with my dad and my sister, and the puppet sex sequence. He looked over at me and said, "Why did we fucking see this?" And I was like, I didn't see this coming. I just saw some funny trailers and I like South Park, you know? I didn't know they were gonna be sucking dick and puking.
So let me see. Let me continue this. Not to mention this comedy. The comedies out at the moment are so damn drawn.
I
I don't
think
know.
they mean drained.
Drain. Only this, the Muppets and the Stifler is a hockey player one to look forward. I think he's talking about Goon.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. This guy's a Goon
You
fan.
guys like that, right? I feel like it was decent.
It's okay.
It wasn't that great. It was okay, but
Well, it was
It was
just nice
okay.
to see
It
a
wasn't
hockey movie.
terrible.
Made, much.
Yeah. If you enjoy comedies, please do watch this film. You will not regret. You will not regret. I think he meant to say you will not regret it. However,
Yeah.
do not take anything seriously in this. It really does not go there and beyond. I mean, I guess we're talking about dildos and shrimp.
grim.
Yeah,
That might
I
be where it
hope,
comes up.
people don't think like trim baths are happening around the world right now. Like,
Yeah, do you remember the whole dildo sucking with the dildo sucking scene? The dildo sucking scene with that one lady.
I could see Deshaun Watson paying for a shrimp bath and like a hand job.
This film has become one for my books, and they're pretty hard books to get into. All right, I got to see this guy's books. They Zeus Con. Knighted the Roxbury legendary status on this puppy. Okay,
I love that movie.
I like it too.
I think that's one of the best like SNL spinoffs they've ever made.
Early Will Ferrell. I'm defiantly rewatching this, which I think he means definitely. I'm definitely rewatching this when I get smoke in again. My bro.
I like that though.
My bro says
that's a good word because he could be definitely watching or defiantly, and either or.
Either way.
Yeah.
My bro says the Stifler one is meant to be damn good. He means Goon. The Muppets were in the UK. Had to wait for meh. Happy face with a equal sign. Very random review like this film. Equal sign D. Enjoy. 10 out of 30 people found this helpful. Were you one of those 10?
Yeah.
That's a good review. I mean, he hit on
equal sign D. Enjoy.
I definitely agree with. You know, they definitely run out of steam very fast, but they should not have been making anything. I mean, I don't know.
So yeah, I wanted to switch over to the horrible reviews. Here's the bad reviews from Cerulean Tundra. 1 out of 10. March 2012. I'm sorry, I really am, but this film question in quotations. I agree. This might be something you can put in quotations for a film.
You're like in the wrong place.
There's so many movies that I question if it actually is a film. Have you ever noticed that? Like, is this actually a film?
Is it made?
Can you qualify as a film? Can you qualify as this? Yeah. Like Banshees of Inisherin. Can you qualify that as a film?
Yeah.
No, yeah. See, like that, you can.
No, you can't because it wasn't shot on film. It was shot on
Yeah, what about shot on digital?
Right. It's not a film.
Hey, Guardians was shot on red. I saw at the end of the movie. It said shot on red. That is digital.
Film is
film's done, man. Film's
it's almost like just a pompous term like saying cinema, you know, instead of movie.
What was that they say over there, Dave? They say that in Scotland?
Cinema, yeah.
We're about to go to the cinema. How would they say it over there, Dave? Have you got your accent right now?
No, I can't do it.
You can't do it?
No.
Does Jen make fun of you when you try to do it?
I never even try. I just can't do it. Where he says ghetto. 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 I'm a ghetto.
Ghetto. How many? Do they got a lot of like Spanish people over there? They got essays over there?
No essays.
No, like people that want to go, like go see the Dodgers or anything?
No, I'm trying to go see the Dodgers. No. They don't
like Cheech Marin coming to America.
Watch the Dodgers?
Yeah, we're going to go watch the Dodgers? Hey, essay, you want to watch the Dodgers?
Holmes, you going to see the Dodgers? Oh, Albert Pujols?
Oh, it's Cinco de Mayo. by the way, today.
Oh shit, Cinco de
Oh,
Mayo.
happy
I
birthday,
got
Albert Pujols.
I got like free food from that.
Hombre loco.
Yeah, hombre
Uh,
loco. His cabeza is crazy. Hombre
he
loco.
crazy, man. This man's loco. I'm sorry, I really am.
Cabeza is loco.
But this film was the single most disappointing thing in my life so far.
Wow.
Wow, this guy's gotta wait
The
7
bar
years,
is
bro.
low.
There'll be some more disappointing shit. I absolutely love Tim and Eric. Let me say this movie has nothing close to what you'd expect from their shows, and to be honest with you, it seems like it lacked a proper plot in general.
I agree with that, but
That's
if you know what
undeniably
they
true.
do, you don't expect like
There's-
fucking Citizen Kane. I mean,
There's
you
a
know what you're
very
getting into.
bad plot. Yeah. Like that's where it's like they shouldn't have even made a movie where it was 2 hours. Like I don't know.
I
It
think
doesn't
they
fit
just-
their
I don't know.
format.
I think they just wanted to try it. It's like this is their Freddy Got Fingered.
The actors were fine, but the setting, the non-existent plot, and the dry humor were the lead factors leading to its gigantic flop. I don't think this movie was really a flop per se because I don't think they ever had any hope of this being anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
You know?
expectations were so low. How do you flop when nobody is giving a shit to begin with?
But it's weird because they gave him $3 million to make the movie.
Yeah, but compare that to
It's low.
yeah, like
I mean,
a lot
did
of
they-
other shit.
Did they make it back in digital sales? Probably. Maybe that was
Maybe.
just the whole
I
goal.
feel like DVDs did pretty well for a certain time period.
I'm sure they actually still make money on it. Over time, I'm sure this has made its money back.
I remember what was that movie place in the mall on the upper deck where you go in and it was like almost like a glorified Blockbuster.
Oh, Hollywood Video?
Yeah, like you go in there and everything you like checked out on, they'd always immediately judge you on, like whatever you bought. They just have this like
Well,
tone. Like
right
"Oh,
now
you're
you can
getting-
watch
You're
it."
renting. You're getting Bev.
You can watch it on Vudu for free, this movie right now.
Voodoo?
Oh, yeah. Vudu. You can watch it on Redbox for free.
How's that
Tubi.
spelled? Is it VUDU?
Yeah, that's it. That is it.
So it's
You
like
do
a
you
Hulu
with
ripoff.
Vudu.
They just
Yep.
mixed up the letters a little bit.
Let me see. I don't even think this deserves a 5.7 stars it has right now. Overall, I can't really say anything else about it. Nothing good, at least. Don't waste your money on this movie, please. It's not what you
Jeez,
think it is.
5.7's bad.
Very distasteful, even for them.
Why is that distasteful?
Yeah, I mean, distasteful maybe. This one's from Nicholas Pratt, 2012. This is when the movie was released too, so I like those
No
old
relation.
reviews.
That's Brett's brother. Okay.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
not. Yeah, I
no
don't know.
relation.
Maybe it is. Guardians of the Galaxy fan Nicholas Pratt. Probably the worst movie I've ever seen. Absolutely crude comedy, but this movie took it to an inappropriate and unnecessary limit. That might be the shrimp part he's talking about. You think?
Yeah, it's gotta be. Like, if you don't see the comedy
Maybe the
in that
dildos.
scene, then you're probably not like you either checked out immediately or you're not gonna make it through.
Oh, there's something I really like. I like when he takes that guy's son and makes it his son, Tim. You know what I'm talking about, Dave?
Yeah.
Where he's like, "This is now my son."
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's very Tim there. A waste
whole-
of time.
The whole
what?
toilet
What do you
paper thing was awesome.
Oh yeah, yeah. The toilet paper store.
Yeah.
Yeah, the stores were.
Will Forte
they predicted
was
some
great
stuff there.
in that, and he's also really good in fucking what's that MacGyver ripoff.
Gruber.
Yeah, MacGruber.
Yeah, like when I went into that movie, I thought it was going to be absolutely like terrible, but it's really fucking good. Like I love that MacGruber movie.
Oh yeah, that's as far as comedy goes, it's up there. There's a
And I
MacGruber
didn't think
TV show,
Ryan
by the way.
Phillippe was going to be that effective as like a straight man or like a major part, but
Did you know there's a TV show that came out in 2021 with Gerber?
Is it
No.
good?
I haven't seen it, but I heard
did not
it's
know
a
that.
thing. I know it's a thing. It's on Peacock. No one saw it on Peacock.
What's Peacock?
NBC's streaming platform.
S5.
Yeah, that's theirs. But there's some good moments to this movie for sure. I definitely like a few things.
The James Paul scene.
That's the
That's
thing.
great.
Like, even if the movie fucking
That part's
sucks,
good.
if you have enough memorable scenes, then sometimes it's good enough.
Right.
You hear it.
Top Gun from the top. Right? I still remember that. A waste of time to watch and very little profitable learn from this movie in any way. The movie starts out promising but quickly slips into a steep descent. He says decent. Descent of getting worse and worse. This movie slips into a steep descent of getting worse and worse. Okay.
Yeah.
I truly do not know what the writers were thinking when they added certain parts of the movie.
The writers. It's funny, it's funny referencing.
He's taking this too seriously.
The writers, knowing how
Yeah.
ridiculous and just fucking with everybody they are. The writers. Yeah.
The famous actors
sat down at a typewriter and thought us all out.
Right. The famous actors did little to improve the quality of this film.
The
I guess
famous
they mean
who?
I guess they
John C.
mean Will
Reilly
Ferrell, John C. Reilly, and Zach
A
Galifianakis.
couple of cameos they paid for 5 minutes.
Who else was there? Was it just those three, right?
I can't imagine what they're referencing with that. I mean, they do get a couple. Remember they had Paul Rudd as Tane. They'll get
but not
some
in
people
this.
doing weird shit, but it's got to be Will Ferrell, yeah.
Yeah,
And
they got
then
Will Ferrell. They got
Bob
Jeff
Odenkirk
Goldblum in a
was not
tiny
even
part.
close to all that Breaking Bad shit at this point, right?
Oh no, not at all. And also, he was, part of he's part of the reason why they got famous was from Bob Odenkirk. Why they even got a show?
Because
Look at William Matherson. We talked about him before in our boner comedy stuff.
this fucking prick. He's the
Yes.
Ghostbusters prick who turned off all the machinery that let all the ghosts out. This fucking asshole.
You can see by this beard.
I hate this motherfucker. This feels like a meme where you should put the text down and you say if you're at a certain age, you hate this motherfucker. You know what I mean?
So,
White text on the bottom. If you're,
I'll say
2000, not 2000, 1995 to a certain point. This guy is a piece of shit.
got Tennessee Luke in here, by the way. Great in Beef House. Beef House needs to come back.
Yeah, Beef House is awesome.
What's the guy from?
I like
Fly?
Beef House. This guy's got some interesting
Goldblum,
photos.
yeah, they got
that
Goldblum.
Yeah, didn't they get Jeff Goldblum?
Oh yeah, they
He's
got
an
Goldblum.
awesome show.
Ugh, man.
Let's leave that up.
Can you get a little closer?
Yeah, this guy's IMDb photos. He chose to have these on here. By the way, this was his choice. These were all his choice.
Well, let's look at what he didn't shoot. What he didn't pick to use.
This is why why they chose him when they looked through his photos. They're like, oh yeah, we gotta
Looks like
have this
he's
guy.
5 years old at 80.
Right.
They want an eternal baby person. Oh my god. This is remember that place in the mall where they do glamour shots? Oh fuck. It was across from Annie Ann's.
I think it was called Glamour Shots.
Really? It was literally called glamour shots.
I believe so. But yeah, the famous people did not improve the quality of these movies and did not play to their strong points with comedic lines / actions. There are hundreds of similarly. I don't know. There are hundreds of similarly disturbing movies out there, but they usually have some moral or comedic plot. This movie had neither.
Moral, yeah. The moral plot in this movie is.
What's the moral story of this movie? Was there
know.
moral plot to this movie? Don't like I don't know. Don't invest. I don't know. What was the moral plot of this movie? Don't open up a mall. You know, they're predictive in knowing that malls would essentially be ghost towns in the future. That did happen.
Yeah, don't open up a mall that's already inhabited by wolves and freak people shitting all over each other. That's not a good way to make money.
This one, this is from my Kuhl 1058 from 2012. This is one of the worst movies I've seen. I spent $1.26 to rent it. That's a pretty good price.
That's
and
cheap,
I found it to
man.
be
Come on.
Yeah. Come on. You can't really complain
you
spending that.
You spent $1.26 and then also had to go put in the time for a scathing review on it. It's a fucking $1.
He says it's a terrible movie. These guys need to stick to doing their stupid one-liners on Cartoon Network.
One-liner?
Whoever produced this film and allowed it to become an actual film ought to be slapped in the face. There's some truth to that.
I agree. No, I agree. Like, we just looked at the money that was paid in and lost. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of money to put out for this.
His account is
Mike
not
Kuhl. Let's see. Fluff Chop. This is a recent one. It's from 2022. Garbage in the worst way possible. There's an opinion put forth by total losers that this movie is so funny because it tries not to be funny in a traditional way. That's complete, utter BS. They're trying as hard to be funny.
I'll give them that.
And simply failing to be funny. The biggest problem is these two guys are losers.
This whole, anti-humor thing where, you make shitty jokes and the whole part of it being funny is that you're not good at making comedy. What was that shit with with Reggie Watts is like the DJ.
I remember that. I hated that guy. From Earwolf.
The host of it. I hate him too.
Yeah.
But I feel like they milked and tried to use the whole what he's
Scott
talking
Aukerman.
About. Yeah.
Was it Comedy Bang Bang? Comedy Bang Bang?
Yep, that's it. Yeah. I did not like that shit most of the time. Most of the time it was just so dry and uneventful and horrible. And
yeah, he was the worst of that era.
That's the same type of vibe when it doesn't hit. That's what you get,
Yeah. So this guy goes on to say that this is a movie by losers for losers. A 0 out of 10 losers.
No,
I don't know. Maybe he's right.
Though.
Yeah, I know. He had to put a 1 because you can't put a 0 on IMDb.
Oh. He should put a -1.
Oh, so Amber Heard has quit Hollywood, by the way. She's gone. Good for her.
Good for her. Sucks. Can you remember her ever being in a roller park that she was good in or memorable? It's just
no, I don't know what the fuck she's in. I was thinking about it. I don't know what she's in.
She's in Aquaman.
Yeah, but have you ever seen Aquaman? I've never seen Aquaman.
You didn't see Aquaman with the that Samoan guy and the fish people and Nicole Kidman's his mom?
Missed that one.
Really? I mean,
but let's go on.
Big release.
I can see a quote here. I can reveal that this is from a friend. Apparently, Heard has quit Hollywood and relocated to Spain with her young daughter.
Ugnog.
Ugnog.
What the? Oh my god! I feel like I just made up a word. Her and Ugnog are
her and Ugnog are in Spain.
Oh, thank God, because Johnny Depp is just such a drunk, violent asshole. Is gonna beat the both of them to a pulp.
Well, actually, I like Johnny Depp. I had a clip here. Let me pull up a clip here. Let me pull up this quick. I thought this was funny. He's very honest. Probably.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe not. At least Johnny Depp's very honest.
What do you think he had, like a fucking journal or a log? Yes, sir. That's a lot of marijuana.
But that's like my point about this whole Johnny Depp thing is he was very honest and just like, oh yeah, you don't think I'm an actor? I'm gonna do cocaine. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking do cocaine. I'm a fucking dipshit actor.
I know.
At least he was like upfront about
all
it.
the shit you're talking about is like, what do you expect? Like, I'm not.
Yeah, that's
Mother Teresa here, you know.
But yeah, she's flown out of Hollywood there, and she's probably not going to return unless the project's right for her. So she says
she's not good. Like, do you remember her in a serious role doing anything?
No,
dramatic
not anything.
and being successful ever?
Yeah, she sold her house in last year, July, for 1.1 million. That's not even a whole lot for a house, to tell you the truth.
No, I know that sounds very low.
It's really not that. It's not a lot. You get houses like that in New Jersey.
Had to pay for legal fees. That's why.
It's interesting. That's really not high. Since then, she's been in Spain. She's been flaunting her bikini body on the beaches. All right, we got to see that. That's some clickbait shit. Let's see her bikini body. Oh.
It's not that impressive.
No. What do you think, Dave?
I don't think it's that great.
It looks like a sports bra and some pants that are up way too high. Like, this is not
looking too good.
attractive at all.
But she's still hot. I would.
She's got a good face, but I think she's a lot of it is makeup. Like, you see this photo here. I think this is.
Not even that. She just seems like an asshole. You know, like
no, she is. She's
hang out with or be around.
Crazy.
She's like that other the Marvels girl. What's her name?
Brie Larson.
Oh,
yeah,
from that what's that
nutcase
movie with her and the kid in the basement? Captain Marvel.
Wait. What's the one in the kid in the basement though? That sounds from. I thought that one was good.
Room.
Oh, she's in. Oh, that's right. She's in Room. She actually has some legit. She like other than Amber Heard, she actually has something to like say about her career, right?
She's got another movie before that where she's with like a bunch of kids with mental disorders and violent tendencies, and she's like a counselor. It's supposed to be really good. That's what got her career going. I know who you're talking about. It's Brie Larson. Yeah.
Brie Larson. Oh, Brie
She's
Larson.
Such a smug fuck, you know?
Yes, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, this Dune trailer looks good, man. They know how to like sell this movie.
Yeah, but I mean, if you watch it, there's some spoilers though from the first movie.
I know. I'm trying not to look at it, but I've already seen too much.
You got to see that first movie, man.
I know.
It's so good.
I know. It's like, fuck. Yeah. I wish I saw it in theaters.
Yeah,
Yeah, me too.
You need to see it in theaters.
You saw it in theaters, Dave?
Yeah.
Do you think they'll ever do that? Do you think they'll have like a re-release of it?
Me?
Oh, probably beforehand. They might.
I know they do it with like Grindhouse shit and like those late night movie things that are like Pink Flamingos and The Room and stuff like that. They'll do shit like that for those.
I heard that Sisu movie.
She has a commercial right now that I'm watching for Nissan.
That Sisu movie is supposed to be a Grindhouse movie. I heard good things about it. The trailer is good.
What is it?
It's called Sisu. It was a good you know what? Fuck it. Let's put on the trailer. Let me put that on.
Like Life Aquatic?
Not like that. Sisu. It's a Grindhouse
Sisu.
movie. So
I thought you said Zissou. Oh, I saw this. It's like this fucked up velveteen rabbit looking dog with one eye. This is like post-apocalyptic shit.
No, I think it's like during World War II. He's got all this gold.
This looks pretty awesome, actually. I'd like to see it. It's like a lamb.
Yeah, it does. Cute dog.
I feel like they're giving too much away in the trailer, man. This is like
I've
a really
heard that.
prominent scene they should not be showing. Oh damn, that's good because those John Wick movies do really well. This looks pretty good. Fuck. It feels like Inglorious Bastards mixed with Mandy.
Yeah, it does. Yep.
I like it. This feels real grimy, but also set in like a setting that's kind of unusual for it.
Oh yeah.
Man,
I think it's European made.
All British actors.
this looks fucking
Potential-
awesome.
Potentially even Finnish actors, I think.
Which is cheaper?
Yeah, no, it's good, right? Looks pretty good.
Yeah. Damn. But
Definitely
at the same time,
Grindhouse
have you
vibe.
ever like seen a trailer that looks amazing and then you see the film and it's fucking trash?
So I kind of heard that's what this might be, where it's like the most of the good things might be in the trailer. But I don't know. It seems like over the top, kind of
But
fun.
that's the way it should be, you know. Like when you're making a trailer, you want to make sure that it's gonna fucking sell. You know, you don't want to
Yeah.
exclude the major shit without revealing it too much. It's a weird balance probably for them.
Oh yeah. So there's definitely been this. Oh, so Amber Heard is still going to be in Aquaman 2, and you were just
Really, I
talking
thought
about
she
that with
was
Aquaman.
replaced already.
No, I guess fans wanted her out, and there was a 4 million signed thing to get her out of the movie, but no one gave a shit. That's like that fucking Ezra Miller. They don't give a shit if he kidnaps another fucking 5 people. He's still gonna be the
Yeah.
Flash.
It's pretty
Like,
crazy how
kidnap
like,
them.
invincible these motherfuckers are. You know, like it doesn't.
He's
take
seen all
much
the hot.
to reach that level
Yeah.
either. Like these are not successful
It's almost
actors.
yeah.
Even they're like barely
it's-
even starting up, and they
Yeah,
have
it's
that
almost like if you
level
can
of
identify a
security.
couple of producers' penises in a lineup, you might have a career.
True, yeah.
I think Ezra Miller and Amber Heard might know a little something about
Yeah,
that.
Ezra Miller's probably been run through like a
Oh, I'm
motherfucker.
sure this girl too. Come on, you don't get the Johnny Depp with sucking off a few producers along the way.
Her cheekbones
like a-
look fucking weird.
She's got some high cheekbones, man.
She looks like a shittier version of Nicole Kidman or something.
I mean, I think she is. She looks like such a douche, but she's got a cute face.
Yeah,
She
I mean,
does.
she wouldn't even be listed here if she wasn't attractive. It's just she seems like such a miserable asshole to be around.
like
Case in
this
point,
photo here.
that photo.
Yeah.
Oh god.
This is she really did not do well in that case against Johnny Depp. It just made Johnny Depp look like so much cooler.
I'm surprised she even made out of that thing this well. I thought she would have.
Yeah, I don't think she is. I think she's done. I think that's it. Johnny Depp, meanwhile, will be in King Louis the 15th. He's coming back. He's making his big return. The whole thing was she wanted to take Johnny Depp down, from like cancel Johnny Depp, and now
He's too
It's
big
just
to
the
fail.
opposite. No, he did get. Remember, he got kicked out of a few things. He the Fantastic Beasts movie, he got recast. He got thrown out of it. He hasn't been
Who's
in a
the
movie
villain?
for a long time. It's been a bit.
I guess
They
you're right.
replaced him with what's that fucking guy from shit? He's in Grand Budapest as the reporter. What's his fucking name? Jude Law. Jude Law was replaced him or something like that. But he hasn't been into a movie for it looks like about since 2018 that he's been in a major movie, Johnny Depp. So it's been a bit.
Jude Lawson, some other shit that just came out too.
Yeah, he's in the Peter Pan movie.
Yeah, he plays Hook.
Yeah, I can see
That
that.
motherfucker's agent is working overtime.
Let's see. Pirate Caribbean star is in the King Louis the 15th. He's also going to do his Hollywood Vampires shitty cover band.
That's still going.
Oh yeah, it's going, man.
How half the people in his band have been dead already? Like for like,
I don't know. By the way, Dave, in the UK, he lost his trial over there. He was labeled as a wife beater.
So he won in one.
He won here, but lost
in
there.
Another?
Yeah, he lost in 2020 there in the UK, but won in America.
That's interesting. So I guess they have a different standard of.
Oh, it's all fucking nonsense over there, right, Dave? He might not be here.
Yeah.
He's tucking in hot dogs into beds.
Jude Law's had a weird career. Like,
oh yeah, man. Jude Law's got a
like. What is memorable? You know.
I'm trying to think. That's a good question. Like, what do you think of when you think of Jude Law?
I just feel like he's always in shit, but never really starring in it. You know, like he's in the Talented Mr. Ripley thing with Matt Damon.
Oh, I forget about that.
Well, that's like
you know
what's
what's movie. That is really true. It's like I know he's famous, but I can't really tell you what he's famous for.
He's in that Alpha.
Like, I don't know.
That Michael Caine.
I've never seen that. Yeah, I mean, it's better than the other one.
What's that?
What the fuck's he
AI
in?
movie with Icy Ghost Kid?
Are you talking about the Sky Captain, the World of Tomorrow?
No. It's a Spielberg movie that he took over for.
AI. Okay, that might be one of his bigger movies.
Good. I never saw it.
All right, yeah. You know, I actually might say I think of that when I think of him. Because he doesn't like, I don't know, he doesn't, to me, he does. Oh, I mean, I guess I Heart Huckabees maybe comes up a lot when I think about him. He's not good.
Well, Jason Schwartzman's like the star of that fucking. That's a weird movie. I don't know.
That movie sucks.
Yeah, he does.
I don't
have
like
a
that
huge
movie.
part in it.
I like always hated that movie.
And
I hate David O. Russell.
He's telling this Sinead O'Connor story about how he tricked her into eating tuna fish.
What was that story?
Well, like his big like ego booster is that he's rubbed elbows with Sinead O'Connor and tricked her in eating tuna fish, and then Dustin Hoffman and his wife, who I think is what's her name? They put him in like a black bag and make him like go through all these recent like interactions and memories and stuff. And then eventually he like burns his house down or something. And then Mark Wahlberg is a firefighter that come and he like Mark Wahlberg comes and saves Naomi Watts, who's wearing this Amish cap for some reason, or like a pilgrim, and then they fall in love. That's the movie's like all over the fucking place as far as the plot. There's like this African exchange student who's with Jonah Hill and his family at dinner that they met at like Jason Schwartzman saw him at like a hotel. As
I remember it slightly.
Who's the guy who like comes and meets you at your car and takes your bags? That's not a porter. It's a Fuck is the name of that position?
I don't know the name of that one.
No, I'm talking about
I never liked.
these.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think of the other thing you're talking about. Yeah, I remember Mark Wahlberg is basically playing himself in the movie. He's basically being Mark Wahlberg as Mark Wahlberg.
Aren't they? They're like both competing to have sex with this older French
Amy
actress
Watts.
who's a shrink.
Isn't Amy Watts? Or no, she's with somebody else.
No, I'm talking about the older French woman that they have sex with out in the swamp, like marsh area that they're trying to preserve. From getting,
Yeah, I think her name's Katarine or something.
They're like
I'm seeing it
preserving
online
the
to me.
area from getting construction built upon, and then they take this like blow up rubber ball and smack each other in the face.
Yeah, I remember that. My next thing here is The Rings of Power season 2 production issues.
They made another fucking season.
Oh, dude, they're spending so much money on this. They have to keep going on it. This is the money, man.
It got tanked so hard as far as like viewership and reviews that they were not going to bother making more.
So they were filming in New Zealand, kind of like Peter Jackson did, but they moved it to Berkshire, England, just because it's cheaper. And they're filming right now in I guess it's one of the forests that's owned by King Charles. It's Swinley Forest. You know, there's still forests that are owned by kings in England, which is fucking weird. It's like Sherwin Forest from Robin Hood right there. It's like a real thing. Like it's owned by the monarch.
Tax people from like doing stuff out there? Like,
it's like you're not allowed to do anything there. It's all like, yeah, you can't. It's pretty much, yeah.
It's almost like a national park or something.
Pretty much, but it's like the Monarch's Park. It's weird. I mean, I don't know if Dave's still here. I think he might not be, but I wonder if they have that in Scotland. They probably do. That are still owned by the monarch.
Like foxhounds and killing boar or something. But that's what. Remember that sequence in not Game of Thrones, where they pretty much like.
Oh, that was House of the Dragon. Yeah.
Have him kill the
deer.
Stag.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it's so like degrading and embarrassing how easy and set up it is. It's like there's no dignity in doing it. You know, it's just
right.
That show's really fucking good, man. I'm glad they're going to keep going with it.
Yeah, I mean, actually, is going to come up a little bit in a second, but Swinley Forest, they're reportedly fucking up all the area. The trees are kind of getting fallen for some castle set they're building for some shitty Lord of the Rings show, which is fucking awful. Let's see. This is the most expensive show that Amazon has ever produced, which really isn't. They're not making their money back. Let's see. This is very British. Gil Chapman of Brackland Forest Society said, local environment groups are disappointed at the damage to the fragile ecosystem, and residents are also concerned. One Rob Francis said online, this is a very British quote here. I love a bit of filming, but they better leave it in a decent state when it's over. I don't think they will.
I bet people in New Zealand said the same thing about Lord of the Rings, and then now they're glad that they're even known for it.
Who's this guy, Rob Francis? Did they just get him off the street? That's what I feel like. They just got him off the fucking street.
Well, I
love a bit of filming, but
whoever's willing to do a street interview is probably one of the biggest idiots you could find. So,
yeah, they I love a bit of filming, but they better leave it in a decent state when it's over.
He probably has like 3 teeth left.
Yeah. Said the negative effects are almost inevitable regarding damage to insects like bees, sawflies, ants, and one other conifer earmarked for removal.
Yeah,
Crew must follow
I bet they're gonna
measures.
fuck up the
I'm
whole
sure they're fucking shit up,
ecosystem.
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
But luckily, this is my next thing. The Lord of the Rings and the Rings of Power, as well as House of Dragon, are still filming amidst this writer strike. So that's where I kind of got into the House of the Dragon. They're still going on. They
Well,
shot.
how does the writer strike work? Like, if you're not a part of it, then they'll like that whole community will excommunicate you from it. So it's to where
kind of.
you have to pretty much participate or you're fucked.
Yes. Like, here's what's happening with Lord of the Rings. There's showrunners, J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay, who are the showrunners for Rings of Power. And there's 19 days left filming. They're writers, so they're actually done. They're not there. They're not going to any of the sets or anything because they're part of the strike. So all the scripts and everything have been done, but they're technically not there. They're probably like zooming in and doing Skype, but they're technically not there. Even like I said the other day, Mandalorian wrote all their episodes because they knew the strike was coming. So they got all their scripts done. Just smart.
Guys, I gotta go.
Oh yeah, it's getting late for you up there. What's
Yeah,
it over there?
It's 2:30.
Oh yeah, we're just talking about House of the Dragon. It's still shooting though.
All right, night, boys.
I gotta go
Have
too.
a good one, Dave.
We should call it, and whatever we haven't covered, we can use for the next time.
There goes Dave.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out too.
All right, yeah, we're almost done with this though. We got a few more topics here, Leo. Got a few more things. I gotta kick. All right, if you want to head out, you can too, though.
We're coming up on 2 hours. I told Dave we'd do like an hour.
Yeah, we went longer than expected, but that's always the case.
Yeah, because we go in with like stuff planned, and then we end up on tangents and Met Gala stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of that, the Met Gala has some interesting outfits. Go check out our video on that. That was fun. Some ridiculous communist outfit by Pedro Pascal. And his red.
I didn't know that he was being connected to that. People are saying that his outfit is political.
Well, just that he's been very socialist online, and people are kind of saying he's just portraying his political beliefs in his colors and outfit.
Oh, okay. I mean, I could see that. I didn't pick up on it because I don't know all that kind of shit.
I could see it though too, because it's like why do you do that outfit? Also, notice his legs.
There's gotta be a reason to look that.
His legs are shaved, like very shaved. I was noticing when I was like
I
editing
didn't
that photo.
Pick up on that. I don't know.
When I was editing the photo, I was like, this guy's his legs are shaved. Like, there's no way this guy has bare legs like this unless you shave them yourself, right? Like,
yeah. Well, if he's got hair everywhere else, he's obviously not suffering from alopecia.
Yeah. Sorry. So hold on. Let me quickly run through these other things here. I got Disney is suing Florida, the state of Florida. Have you heard about this? Yeah, I mean Breitbart is good for if you're anything like Republican. Breitbart is great for you. I have to say I do like their writing. I think they're funny.
Political affiliation at all. I just don't like
same here
being jammed down my fucking throat to the point.
Well, here's the fucked up part.
You know, like I don't.
There's a lot of stuff.
Really, I've never voted and I never will. Like I don't care. I just don't want my money to be worthless. So
right. So here's like an interesting thing. Disney, they had these rights to do whatever they wanted. They were actually they had these rights from 1967 that let them be a self-governing province. That meant, we don't have to go to the state for any regulation or anything. We can just do whatever we want. And then they started going against Florida for the Don't Say Gay Act, which was basically just saying we don't want our public schools to be talking about race or sex at an early age, but then they made it be like, don't say gay. And so Florida started suing Disney and then to get rid of their rights to do whatever they wanted. And then they lost it. And now Disney's suing back at Florida. So it's kind of this whole issue between DeSantis and Florida. But I'm kind of glad it did. They shouldn't be able to do what they want. Like they were able to go build whatever park they want without any regulation, anything. It's a big head up on like Universal or like SeaWorld in that era. And I'd rather have Universal do better than them.
No, it's fucked up. Like that the Athletics are gonna have a fucking stadium in Las Vegas, and they're having a billionaire owner get money from public donations and spending. Like it's
wait. The Athletics are
bullshit,
moving to they're moving to Las Vegas, like the Raiders.
Yeah.
Wow. I said my Owen Wilson voice there.
Owen Wilson.
Wow.
What is that from?
It's from. I saw a clip of him talk. It's from like everything. Like he really does say "wow" a lot. I found multiple movies where he says it.
It's not a movie clip. It's like an interview clip or something.
Yeah, I mean, let's yeah. Let me play that. It's really a thing. Like I was surprised at how much of it is a thing, but
Yeah, why did he try and kill himself?
I don't know, man. Maybe because Darjeeling Limited.
Here's Marion Cotillard before she went all pink and bowl cut.
Oh, yeah, Wow. Yeah, you can watch this clip, but he really does say it a shit ton. Oh yeah. But yeah, DeSantis is really going after Disney, which I'm kind of glad. I think no matter what side you're on, left or right, I think anyone can agree that Disney's is just a little too much money making and kind of fucked up.
It's also that's his state, like Disney, like people know and associate Disney with Florida, right?
Yeah, and I think Disney also has turned the public against them with being so for the race swapping stuff,
That's so fucked up,
gender
like,
inclusive
like
stuff.
Cartoon company,
right? It's like you need to put that
figure, and they're making like Little Mermaid reboots and shit. Oh,
and it's
God.
like, why would you even, like, if I was any big company like that, why would you want to take a sect of the public and make them not like you? I would want to appeal to every single sect of the public. That would be my main goal. Being like, I don't want to turn off the people on this side or the people on that side. That'd be my main goal. Make it very even keel, like they've done.
Maximizing votes and still playing your political party affiliation,
Right. And that's like what I think Walt Disney was actually very good at. He was appealing to anyone. Now it's like Disney's really only appealing if you're super liberal. Like super liberal on that side. That's really all there is for them.
Well, I mean, is that with like every release or just some of them?
I think Disney also has bought into the whole like Hollywood ideology. So once you're in there long enough,
that doesn't seem profitable. Like wouldn't you think making money over weird political ideology wouldn't that trump that bullshit? Like
I would think so. I think that'd be my main concern.
Make a ton of money compared to like having certain people like it, Like who cares?
That would be my main concern. My main concern would be money.
You just want as many people watching it as possible, no matter who the fuck they are or what they care about.
And that's why I think Disney did that for a long period of time, where they didn't want to throw anything gay into their whole agenda, and then they kind of put it in there, like, all right, I guess we're going this way.
I feel like they've always said like ambiguous gay characters, but they're not
right. But that's kind of the way to do it,
or like cartoony. Well, obviously they're cartoony because they're cartoons, but I mean like
well, that kind of way would that kind of idea would piss off the actual gay people, but the people who like kind of like just regular people wouldn't mind. I think it kind of works. Where the left would be like, "Oh, you're not gay enough." The other side would be like, "Okay, that's gay enough." You know, like you got to straddle the line.
I
As
would
far
think
as
so,
money
just
goes.
as far as like commercial value.
I think actually, honestly, you might be looking right here at our next president, by the way, with Ron DeSantis.
He's the favorite.
I would say, you know what? I wonder if I could check bets on that. I would say he's probably our favorite on that. I think he is probably most likely to win the election.
Have you bet on a president candidacy before?
Yeah, I lost on Hillary. I remember that. I remember
Why
I
would
thought
you
like,
bet on that? You had all those like anti-Hillary videos. And...
oh, dude, because at the time she was so like meant to. Everyone's like, oh, don't even worry about it. She's gonna win. It was all this propaganda that she was gonna win. She didn't fucking win.
Well, did she do something to change all that, or just it was delusional to begin with?
I think it was. They wanted to let you think she was so ahead of time. Like she was so ahead of the thing that why go out and vote to try to deter the Trump people to vote. And I think it ended up kind of backfiring.
Yeah, I mean, I guess at first people did not take him seriously, and then at a certain point it was like, oh fuck, this is actually going to happen. You know?
Yeah, it's weird though, because I don't know if she was like, I don't know. Even I read a book where I read this thing where Trump didn't even think he was going to win. He just wanted to do it for publicity, and then he was going to make his own news network. And right now he has his own news network. It's called OAN. Probably the one your
Because he got
stepdad.
removed and banned from Twitter, or he already had it.
No, he just wanted to go against Fox and make his own thing. So now Fox is deemed as like the evil people, and OAN and Newsmax.
That Tucker Davidson or Carlson fucking guy got fired or quit, right?
Crazy
With
too,
the
because
bow
he was
tie?
really making. He had one of the most shit. He was making. He had some of the most numbers on network
Yeah, I
TV.
thought he was printing money. So to get rid of him, that's pretty not egregious, but like, you know, you're risking a lot of your market going away by doing that. They better have a good backup or replacement already in place.
Yeah. So right now, betting odds. I'm looking at this for the presidential election. It is plus 160 for Biden.
Robert Downey
Plus
Jr. 's on
240.
there? Oh shit! I
Robert
read that
Kennedy
down.
Jr.
Yeah.
I actually kind of
I
I like
thought
him.
every Kennedy was dead.
Now this is Bobby Kennedy's Bobby Kennedy who got assassinated. His son. I like Robert Kennedy. He's married to Cheryl Hines. You know Cheryl Hines from Curb? That's his wife.
Yeah, of course I know Cheryl Hines.
Yeah, so she's married to him.
Why would you ask me that? Like I've seen like every.
I don't know. I don't know if you know about Cheryl Hines.
I
You
know
ever seen Cheryl Hines?
He does.
But it looks like the odds are for Biden and
I know
Trump.
that she doesn't like doing. I know she doesn't like giving blowjobs. I know that.
Well, who knows if she? You think she ever blew? Maybe she would like think differently when she's dealing with a Kennedy. She might suck
that's
off a
what
Kennedy,
Becker was saying, right? That was
but not
his
not.
argument.
She'll suck off a Kennedy, but not a David. You know what I mean?
Scene pissed me off so much when he comes in and Larry's all fucked up, and instead of him saying like, "Oh, hey, how you doing, buddy?" It's like, "Oh, do I have your permission to go out with Cheryl?" Like, fuck you, Becker.
Do you think Larry went to the wedding? I bet you Larry went to the wedding.
Yeah, I mean,
Probably.
I would assume whether it's a role or not, they're still close outside of the show. You'd have to be, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of time you spend.
Okay, yeah, he went. Here's photos.
He looks so dissatisfied with this photo. Like,
He looks better here, but that's cool. He went. That's pretty awesome.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus aged pretty well. She still looks pretty good. He wore some sneakers.
Yeah, he wore his typical Vans. That's what it looks like. It's got the Vans. Even Nick
nice,
Kroll made fun of that.
I've worn like dress type shoes before, and they're really stiff and awful. Like, I hate that shit. It's probably the closest thing men have to high heels. You know, that kind of shoehorn.
Yeah, here's
crap.
Here's Julia Louis-Dreyfus with her husband and Larry David. The husband showed up in Curb, I think, once. I think his name's Brett. I don't know. Brett Dreyfuss now. Who knows?
Did he? Oh,
Yeah, he was in once.
When,
yeah. He goes to the house.
He keeps and she's like,
he's probably friends with this guy. That's probably why he put him in.
yeah, there's so much just in Hollywood, you're in stuff just from whatever connections you have most of the time. Especially
that
if
is
you're
funny
a
though.
borderline extra.
He would definitely be a funny wedding guest to have. That's what I would imagine.
Yeah, I would
That's
pay him to
better way to
show
put
my
it.
wedding, regardless if he knew anybody.
Yeah, you know what I have to say from what I see with him in public, I think he's a lot different than the character. I think he's a lot more social than he portrays himself as.
Well, yeah, there's this interview with him and Michael Kay, who's the Yankees announcer, and he said there's certain aspects of her personality that are similar, but he plays them up to the extreme to where they become a character that is so far beyond his personality. But
yeah,
he said a lot of it comes from when he started out in stand-up and just hating the audience and not wanting to be there. And he took that, instead of it being a room of people, it being the entire just like, television audience that he would have for everything. Just he said like part of it is he just wants to like almost fuck with people and annoy them, and if they stick around, then it's almost like an audience worth having, like
right.
Put them through that.
Well, it's funny. He's got a lot of photos with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. here, so he must be friends with this motherfucker.
And Albert Brooks too. I could see them being friends. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're talking about the NRDC meetings and all that shit, like Cheryl was. But yeah, we talked about Howard Stern and his NBA issues, Guardians 3 and their box office woes, Tim and Eric movie.
I feel like it's early for that though, Pete. Like I feel like we might be a little.
Yeah, they could. I feel like it could do well. It could do a lot better than we think.
They need a weekend, right? or like at least like a couple weeks for people to really show up.
Yeah,
2 days.
It's been all right. So it's been 1 day, really. We have to see tomorrow, but over Thursday they made 17.5 million.
Too early to be presuming how it's going to be.
I mean, 1 day, Thursday night, they made 17.5 million. So, all right, what are we gonna say? Maybe another 40 for the next. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. We will see. But yeah, we also talked about Amber Heard and her issues with leaving Hollywood, Rings of Prime. Fucking over all of UK, what it looks like, and then Disney versus Florida.
Did you previously mean Rings of Prime?
Oh, I said Rings of Power. Rings of Prime is
on Prime. I thought you were saying
it's on Prime. That's my code name for it. Yeah. It's my Disney.
I thought like you were saying it for like some kind of dig or something like that.
Yeah, it's a dig basically. Yeah, I mean, I can't help it but dig that shitty show. Come on. Fuck that show.
Yeah, I gotta say, that's really
show.
Like one of the worst things I've seen in the last 5-10 years. Like trying to watch that felt like having a second job, and I was just slogging through it, like just trying to.
I watched the whole thing.
Through watching,
and you only saw like a couple episodes, right?
Boring.
How many episodes did you see?
2, 3, I think, and then you told me
I watched all 8. Yeah, I watched all 8, and I definitely would tell anyone to stop. I would never tell anyone to watch that shit. Even though I slogged through it, I would never put that upon anyone.
It was terrible. Obligated?
I had to see, being a Tolkien fan, I had to see what they're doing. I had to see.
Honestly, I wish I stopped after the first fucking Hobbit movie.
Dude, that whole show makes the Hobbit movies look.
I wish I saved my money and didn't go to see the other fucking ones.
That makes those that whole show makes those movies look like masterpieces. That's
no, I agree.
Crazy to say, but
in comparison,
it really does. And honestly, maybe it's sad, but as soon as I finished watching it, I was like, okay, wow, those Hobbit movies were not so bad. It made me look back and be like, okay. The only thing that the Amazon show did really well was the look of the orcs. They looked really good. They actually looked like makeup and good armor. It looks like the Hobbit should have done that. If the Hobbit did real orcs, I think that would have improved that thing a lot. Or
Orcs
also
or
just making
Uruk-hai?
Well, no, they were orcs because Uruk-hai came into Lord of the Rings. This was before that.
Okay.
Yeah, Uruk-hai were from Saruman. They were an invention of like a breeding of humans and orcs.
No, I thought they were elves.
No, that's orcs.
No, I thought Uruk-hai had elf genetics.
Orcs in general have there's a lot of different lore. Like Tolkien himself came up with different options of how they were actually formed, but yeah, a lot of people say that they were tortured elves by Melkor, and that's it became a new race. That's orcs in general. Uruk-hai were orcs bred with human so that they can be able to like run during the day, because orcs during the day, they're kind of like nocturnal, so they couldn't really perform as well during the day. So that's why Saruman created the Uruk-hai to be like fighting warriors during the
Also,
day and all that shit.
aren't Uruk-hai kind of like reference to like Nazi experiments and stuff? You know, like shit like that.
The whole kind of thing is a big reference to Nazis a little bit. You know, we're real. You know, you got to think how this is a guy who fought against Germans in the World War One, and then also was writing the whole series during World War Two. So a lot of it kind of plays into that. You know?
Yeah, it was like the whole complex of like industry versus the natural world and stuff like that, and how,
Oh yeah.
like building an
Look at,
army
like-
just decimates everything around it to build up the economy.
Yeah, look
Which
at
is
like
what
Saruman. Once he like
Saruman-
gets his whole thing going, he like tells all the orcs to tear down the trees, and then it kind of like backfires on him. The trees end up killing him later by the ends. You know,
that
like
that whole end sequence is like so euphoric. I almost like wanted to like, you know, like punch my seat or something, you know? Or, like,
yeah, that's where it's like. I used to think the Two Towers wasn't that great, that middle film, but no, it's fucking good. It's really good. There's a lot of really good shit in that.
yeah, like, you know, I remember
There's a lot of
when
really good shit in that one. Helm's
go to
Deep is so
when
fucking
they're
good.
all leaving on the Undying Lands. I remember looking around, like everybody was crying. Like everybody was crying when they're leaving on the boat.
Oh yeah. That whole other that Return of the King though has like fucking 5 endings in the whole movie. It's like crazy. It ends like 5 different times.
I know the whole like zombies riding over the elephants stuff was
Yeah, I didn't like that.
it was just like the CGI was so weird and wonky to where it started like I don't know, like losing the plot a little bit. Like it was getting a little too abstract and strange.
Yeah, my
But I
favorite
like
my
the-
favorite one is
The whole
definitely
sequence of when they
Fellowship.
pull up on the boat and then spill
Yeah.
out is pretty good because they don't realize
Yeah.
like the actual army that's coming. That's a good sequence.
Yeah, but definitely I feel like if I had to pick a favorite one, I would pick Fellowship. Definitely
know, I
like
mean,
all the Hobbit
it's-
shit
it's
is good
really-
too.
It's hard to really pick one because to me they're just such like you got to like take them all as like a whole, you know, like that's what's good about it, you know. That's what I like about like those fucking Harry Potter movies. Like they kept the whole cast the entire time. To be that consistent for that long, it's hard.
Yeah, but I feel like there is a definitive best couple movies in that whole series, and it's
I don't know.
like the Azkaban one.
I kind of like the whole, you know, sequence where they're trying to get over the steep and stuff like that, and all the Rohan shit.
Yeah,
I think that was like
that's definitely Two Towers.
memorable parts, you know, and then like what's that elf guy who like gets murdered, stabbed in the back?
How dear.
Yeah, like that was a good sequence, and then the Uruk-hai strapped to a bomb running into the whole fucking dam and shit. Like there's so many just iconic memorable sequences from that. And,
Yeah,
like, them
Helm's
all
Deep was
riding out
fucking awesome.
in the middle of
Helm's Deep was
everything,
fucking awesome.
knowing that they're about to get murdered, and then Gandalf saves them at the last minute over the mountain. Like that.
Yeah, if you had to pick like the best battle, it's definitely that. It's definitely Helm's Deep over anything else. Better than like Return of the King with the I think it's the Battle of the Pelennor Fields. It's definitely
Yeah, no,
better
like
than
the whole
Helm's
yeah,
Deep.
like the
It's the
whole
best
sequence of
battle in
like
the whole
it being
thing.
at night and they're all lit up like vaguely.
Yeah, and the
But you still
rain.
see
It was
the
fucking
numbers
awesome.
of how much they're against given their numbers, and it just
Yeah.
shows like the daunting inevitable death they're all gonna face, you know?
And I think it took him 20 days to film the whole thing. So it was like, when you're putting that much time into it, it's it's going to be good. I don't think there's anything like that anymore.
Oh, there's this Brain Dead documentary I found on YouTube. I gotta share it
Oh,
to you.
nice. I want to see that. Shit.
Yeah, it shows like how he was making
I got to watch Attack of the Dock. That
alien
Attack of the
mess
Dock looks
in
really good.
his parents' oven, and that they couldn't cook food for like weeks at a time because he was trying to perfect the Brain Dead mess for the entire crew. And it shows like
awesome.
how everyone in the crew was just people he worked with at this like almost like where you bring in photographs to get processed. What is that shit? Remember like you would like take photos on your camera and then the film had to be developed by someone else at a place?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. You got to get it developed. Yep.
What was that
At,
shit?
like
Oh my god.
a photo processing, like a 24-hour photo kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's a fucked up movie with Robin Williams.
Oh, yeah.
Shit is dark.
But it's interesting to see like Peter Jackson like coming from such humble beginnings, and even when he talks about like I guess this is like The Hobbit, he's just so shocked at how many people came out for things and all that shit. He definitely cared, and he was a good person, not a very Hollywood system guy. So I think that was a big plus to him.
I mean, he started out making like student
Yeah,
films.
he's like a fucking weirdo horror movie guy.
Got successful in a very small festival, and then
just Night of actually
going from that point.
Yeah, like the Night of I know Red Letter Media talked about this, but Freddy Krueger is basically what got the Lord of the Rings movies to get made, was because of New Line Cinema connection with Peter Jackson. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's a good franchise. The first Freddy Krueger movie is fucking awesome. There's so many sequences in that are like so disgusting and fucked up.
Yeah, like Freddy Krueger essentially made New Line Cinema, which they contacted Peter Jackson to write a script for one of their Freddy movies, and he did, and it didn't work out. They didn't want to do it, but then Peter Jackson pitched like, "Hey, let's make Lord of the Rings into a full 2-movie series," which ended up being 3. And that's essentially where Lord of the Rings came from Freddy. It's really fucking weird.
I'm confused on the origin of Freddy. Is he an actual pedophile or just accused and then murdered?
It's changed. It's changed a few times without the lore. So I don't know how to say it. At first, he was accused. It was never really said what he did, and it's never really said if he was killing these kids or raping them.
He was a pedophile that was either guilty or accused and then was murdered.
Yes and no. It depends on which movie and lore you want to go off of. If you watch that Red Letter Media video, they really go through it. It's really good. They do a 2-part series on the whole Elm Street series and all that shit with Freddy. It was really good. When did that come
out?
They put that out for Red Letter Media. They put that out maybe like a couple weeks ago.
I gotta look that up.
Right now, I think they're just fawning about Picard, which is really great. And then I saw, I saw a video where the one guy who played Riker in Picard was just talking about how hard it is to get any kind of acting or directing parts or auditions in Hollywood if you're a white male. It's like, I mean, it's sad, but it's true.
Damn, the Freddy Got Fingered re-review is pretty high on their suggested stuff. I'm surprised.
Oh, really? Okay. Freddy Got Fingered was...
I have to go to like a different
It's a better movie than a lot of people think.
They liked the sort of like the Evil Dead reboot that came out.
The Evil Dead reboot looks really bad. The new one. That's all I'll say.
They said that
It does not look good.
the plot was regurgitated bullshit that they've done over and over again, but the visuals and gore were really extreme and amazing to the point where it made it watchable. So that it sounds like it's like a good, almost like B movie type of thing with more of a budget.
Yeah, it's just like what I heard from it was like kind of like Evil Dead in name only. It has some loose connections to Evil Dead, but really isn't Evil Dead. Like I think even the book they're reading out of is a different book. It's like stuff like that, like stuff like that, where it's like it's close enough to say like, oh, this is an Evil Dead, but it really isn't. You know what I mean? Just a way to sell it. I know Bruce Campbell does the recordings. When there's always like a recording of the Book of the Dead reading, I think Bruce Campbell's in there as a cameo. To me, Evil Dead is Bruce Campbell, and it's almost like it has to be a comedy. I think they made it too much of a real horror movie, and I don't think I want to see that. I don't want to see a real horror movie with Evil Dead.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, to me,
it's a comedy movie.
It's supposed to be a blend, right? Yeah.
I mean, also, I'm going to break it down. To me, Evil Dead is Ash. It's Ash. It's Bruce Campbell. It's even that new show kind of fit because it was Ash, Bruce Campbell.
Yeah,
everything else, no.
Yeah, but once he's too old or dead, you can't have it completely die off because he's not in it. You gotta keep it going.
That's where you just say like, all right, we're done. But it's Hollywood, so they have to keep making that money.
No,
so.
Yeah, I mean, come on. It's like with this fucking shit you're talking about with Guardians of the Galaxy. You think because this director's done, they're gonna stop making these movies? No. Come on.
Yeah, no, they're gonna make. I'm sure they'll make a Star.
They're
gonna make a.
Yeah.
I mean, spoilers. They're gonna make a Star-Lord movie because at the end of the credits they talked about Chris Pratt will return in the next. They're gonna make a Star-Lord movie. I'm probably gonna make a Gamora movie.
In every one of these superhero movies, they're gonna try and milk for a reboot just because. Yeah. They're gonna run out of material. And then what's left? Like we got to see fucking Nightcrawler's origin story. Like that kind of shit. Or Beast.
No, like Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler was cool. Nightcrawler was cool though.
He's better in the video games than he is in the fucking movies. They make him look like this little emo fag.
Well, that was because Alan Cummings played him, so that's part of it too.
Yeah, from Cabaret. Yeah.
But also, I like the Nightcrawler movie with Jake Gyllenhaal. That was a great movie.
The movie's fucking really good. Damn.
That's almost like a grindhousey movie.
Car accidents and milks.
It's like a Brian De Palma movie, actually.
Money to have his stories played on the news. Yeah, that movie's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's like a modern day Brian De Palma movie. It's fucking good.
Remember we were in New York and we just like walked past him randomly?
Yeah, we should have told him Nightcrawler was awesome.
I think that was before that. I don't think it came out at that point.
We should go back in time and tell him Nightcrawler is gonna be really good.
To the Korean whorehouse.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was on my birthday one. That was July 19th, so it was definitely on my birthday. I don't know what year it was.
Yeah, that was a crazy fucking trip.
I think it goes back a while ago. How was that though? All right, so that goes back to 2015.
Well, it was weird. I mean, the person was really attractive, but the whole time I just felt like someone was going to walk in the door and either rob me or like murder me. It just was very seedy and grimy. It was strange. But
it was a weird location. I remember it was a strange location.
Yeah,
it wasn't like it wasn't a seedy spot though.
You walk past it and not even know that it existed.
Right. It was not a seedy spot of the city. We were in Manhattan.
Like outside seedy.
It wasn't a bad spot.
Inside, it was very uncomfortable because I could like hear everyone around me, and
paper thin walls.
It just felt like at any time somebody was gonna like come in the room and like beat the shit out of me and steal my money. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you don't want that, especially when you're getting like a whore.
But they looked good. It's just I couldn't talk to them because they didn't really know English and I didn't know what they were saying. So it was kind
an
of
interesting
awkward.
experience, though.
It was very awkward.
I've never encountered a prostitute, so that's an interesting encounter. You went back to an old world thing there. That's the earliest profession.
Yeah, I wish there was like some opium involved too.
Oh, I would definitely love to go to Opium Den. I think I would go to like
Me
right
too.
now.
I wonder if
They should have that. I mean, maybe there's some
I had like
underground.
I was writing some like, like bullshit screenplay thing about like an underground opium den in New York, but
That'd be awesome.
It really had no plot. That was the only basis I had for it. I think it was like something connected to like human trafficking.
Dude, opium was fucking good. I mean, obviously it's gonna be
like
good,
heroin, right? But you smoke it.
I mean, we smoked it. It smells like incense and it tastes like incense, but we're smoking it with weed. And it was like little rocks that are almost like hash.
Yeah,
it's just I've never seen it ever again. That was maybe I don't know,
like
25 years ago.
You can't get it anymore.
I don't think it's really sold like that. I think it's a very, unpopular drug, opium. It's not as addictive as heroin, so I don't know. But I think that covers it for tonight, man. Yeah, you probably gotta head out.
I gotta piss.
All right. Later, man. End the stream. See you guys. It was a good stream. We talked about a lot of good stuff. This is me. I'm on Twitter at _Shack. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitch. Like and subscribe. All that kind of bullshit. Hey, if you don't want to, there's no harm on us. It's all fun just to be here. So have a good time, guys. Stay safe. Stay stoned. Stay drunk. Let's party.